Yeah, I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am feeling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young dog. Come on, go hard. And y'all don't want it with me. Oh, I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am smelling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young king. Yeah, it's no doubt. Y'all don't want it with me. I'm back on my ish walk with a ditty bop. Yeah. Baby keep licking her lips at me, I see her mama. But I proceed to strut in my stuff. I'm listening to the Black Album, no love for the suckers. I got my shoulder brush, money is folded up, jeans is freshly pressed. I stopped to fold the cuffs, I'm smoother than butter, baby. You love it, baby. Swiping the text on the Sprint, epic, I spit excellence, get it together. I'm the next to blow, like a car with over 500 horses. It's hard to catch the flow, so anything that's in my path is just a stepping stone. Only of course a beneficial, I connect the phone. No time for idle chatter, I would rather just be left alone. It's only money on my mind, trying to collect the dough. I'm back with another episode. Let's go. So if you're too slow to see that I am doing my thing, I gotta show them that I'm living my life. You can't stop me now. I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am feeling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young dog. Come on, go hard. And y'all don't want it with me. I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am smelling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young king. Yeah, it's no thing. No, want it with me. I am smoother than peanut butter, still I'm rough around the edges. Like you ain't cut the crust from off the bread. My talk is slick enough to get a fiend to loan me $1, but still I'm thug enough to bust a head. Listen, I bring the balance just like one of them wristbands, and stay grounded while you dudes is sinking like quicksand. I'm always up like a bike with a kickstand, so if you think you'll ever catch me sleeping, better switch plans. I grab the latest flavors off the kickstand. My dress code is always on point like a snitch hand. Yeah, I got the same desires as a rich man, so I can't leave the earth without having a pot to piss in. I'm only twisting up the pot when I'm pissed in. I know for a fact that if I can't smoke the fifth pin, y'all old dudes are playing dirty like a pig spin. I give them not a minute like a clock with no big hand. I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am feeling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young dog. Come on, go hard. And y'all don't want it with me. I'm back and I'm better than ever. I am smelling myself and I should, cause in my mirror is the face of a young king. Yeah, it's no thing. No, don't want it with me.
Winners aren't losers. They're winners like me. A loser's a loser. Which one will you be? Winners do deals and winners get rich, while sad little losers sit there and bitch.
Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Yo, it's your man's Izzy Bands, aka Israel Mills. You know the deal. This is the Real Spill with Mills show. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, we got a hell of a show for y'all today on this marvelous Monday after. Well, it's morning. It's morning. On this marvelous Monday morning. On this marvelous Monday morning. It's still morning. I thought it was afternoon because I usually come to y'all live and live in color in the afternoon, but this is still the morning. And we wanted to give ourselves time to cook because, you know, I'm an active father. I go and I pick my son up from school. So I got a lot of times in my stream early. But, yo, before we get into all of that, today's stream is unraveling virtual reality. Humans or avatars and programs. Yo, first and foremost, shout out to Crown Heights Brainiac, who was sponsor of Saturday's show. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to celebrate you tomorrow. I did not want to put you in the midst of this, okay? Because shout out to Crown Heights Brainiac, again, sponsor of Saturday's show. I really appreciate you. Honorable mention, my man, Emperor Coach at 303 the Great, of Vixen Forever. Thank y'all so, Bishop J. Jermaine. Thank y'all so much. All of y'all who have been supporting the show and supporting the stream, supporting the movement. Crown Heights Brainiac, Appreciate you, bro. So I'm gonna send your celebration at the beginning of tomorrow's show, and I'm in the process of putting you on the DAG on community tab. So y'all make sure that y'all like Crown Heights Brainiac, Crown, for being a sponsor of the show. Yo, man, Crown Heights Brainiac a lot of the time is the reason Emperor Co, a lot of people who sponsor the show, Bishop J. Jermaine, Trucker Yale, Corey Love, TV, you know what I'm saying? A lot, all of y'all who support at the same time, Jay Lewis, the people who sponsor the show, a lot of times are the people who keep the show going. So I appreciate all of you very, very much. Everybody that supports the show, everybody that comes through, whether you have, some of us don't have the paper, but y'all still are here, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all share the video. Y'all do what you can. Y'all have positive things to say. Y'all give good suggestions. So I appreciate. Hey, Pisces and Hayes, if you're listening, hey, hit me up though. I just saw the message the other day later. So hit me up. I'm definitely open to suggestions and hearing to what you have to say. So hit me up, and anybody else that has positive suggestions, things that can help our channel grow, things that can help move us in a growing direction. Hit me up on the email, on Instagram, whatever the case may be. I'm open to suggestions. Now, just because you suggested does not mean I'm gonna do it. At the same time, I am open to suggestions. And everybody, shout out to my peoples, man. Robert Williams, Trucker, Vic the Heart. It's so many of y'all. Old Dusty. It's so many of y'all. Emperor Co. It's so many of y'all that be blessing me with information, clips. Hassan, thank y'all. And please don't never take it personal if it takes me a while to get to what you said or what you email me. It may take me a minute because it'd be a lot. I got a lot going on, and it'd be a lot of information. So I do appreciate y'all. I want to let y'all know. But let's get off of that and let's get into the show. Listen, before we start the show, let's talk about the likes, because likes are absolutely free. They're $3.99. Likes don't cost you absolutely free 99. So do like the homie Trish say, smash the like.
Come on, push a button.
You heard her. Likes are free. Push the like button.
Push the goddamn button.
Now, like I said before, likes are absolutely free. Likes don't cost you nothing. They're free 99. Now, if you be so kind, if you feel so inclined, this show is brought to you by dope people such as yourself. Without you, there is no show. Without your support, we can't do this. All right, we can't do this. I'm gonna be real with you. We ain't got it like that right now. So if you be so kind, if you feel so inclined, do me a favor and look out for the.
Show me the money.
No.
The spot for a Glock. I took a long overfloss, but still got a knock.
Money! Show me the money.
All right, we gotta get our other phone. Give me a second. Let's listen to the wonderful stylist of Queen Sanaa. She's gonna bring us in on this marvelous Monday till the wheels fall off. We gotta get our other phone so we could look at the cash apps. All right, so shout out to Queen Sanaa. Thank you very much. Let's get to it.
Hello, how you doing on this beautiful day? I know there's no way doing it. I hope you do the same. When positivity is setting the stage, laughing at my troubles, blowing clouds away. Nothing can go wrong, and I can guarantee it 'cause I'm feeling good today. It's gotta be the really feeling good today. Don't you want to be right here on this cloud with me? I'm on cloud nine. I'm on cloud nine.
Yeah. Yo, that's a groove. Shout out to Queen Sanaa. That's a groove to the wheels fall off. To the wheels fall off. Hey, I had to do a wardrobe change too. Message. I had to change that up. Yo, shout out to Polo. Yeah, let's get to it. Hey. So, man, yo, we got so much to cover, so much to go over. This is gonna be a hell of a show. I'm trying to tell you, this is gonna be a hell of a show. Tell a friend to come on in. Make sure y'all support early. Make sure y'all support often. Yo, we gonna get it in. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to Rajwell. What's going on, Rajwell? Appreciate you. What up, though, Emperor Cole? Hey, Izzy. I saw a very little bit of you cooking last night. Shout out to you. I know you couldn't take but so much, fam. Let me say this too. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor, Not for Humans. Make sure if y'all not subscribed, y'all subscribe to him. Listen, we don't always see eye to eye, you know. We don't always see eye to eye. Y'all know my eyes go like this sometimes. We don't always see eye to eye. We don't always agree, right? At the same time, you know, when someone does something dope, I give credit where credit is due. And I think that was dope that DJ Witch Doctor had Anissa up there. And if you don't know, Anissa is the daughter of Dr. Umar Johnson. And shout out to sister Anissa, the young lady. You know what I'm saying? She was presenting herself in a very favorable manner on DJ Witch Doctor's platform. And I give her credit where credit is due as well. And I told her, listen, I never, ever say things behind people's back that I will not absolutely say to your face. And if I have the opportunity to talk to you, I will say it to your face because my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. You understand what I'm saying? So I keep it real. And if you, I'm the type of person that I really kind of reserve judgment. I talk about ideas, philosophy, mindsets, how people behave rather than so much judging people. The reason being is because I live in a glass house. Like I can't throw rocks. Shout out to my brother, like the legend, may he rest in peace. I can't throw rocks from a glass house. I live in a glass house. I'm so far from perfect. I've made so many mistakes. I've done so much ill shit in my life that I don't have room to judge anybody. And I know y'all are perfect, and I know y'all got all y'all shit together, and y'all been had y'all shit together, but I wasn't that type of person. I've said that from beginning. I've said that to end, and I will continue to say it. It's just the truth. I don't want anybody to try to pedestalize me or deify me. I'm not an angel. I'm not God. I ain't Jesus. I ain't Muhammad. I'm not Buddha. I'm not Vashti. I'm not God, dog. Any deity that you could think of, that ain't me. Right? I'm flawed. I'm a man, and I got my shit with me. Now, the ironic thing is the things that people try to attribute to me, like being a liar, that's not one of my attributes. That's not one of my weaknesses. As a matter of fact, I tell the truth. I'm a truth teller. Anybody y'all have seen time after time after time, people who've known me for years and years and years in my real life have told you time and time again, yo, Iz stands on the truth. Iz don't play that about that lying shit. Because listen, to me, lying is an act of cowardice. Lying is an act of cowardliness. And one thing I'm not is a coward.
Is one thing about him, he doesn't lie.
Exactly.
He's not a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's niggas out here that love to tell tall tales and all that type of goofy shit. He doesn't lie. You feel what I'm saying? If he doesn't want you to know something, he just ain't gonna say it. But he's not a liar. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
and it's amazing to me. Like I said, I got a lot of faults and a lot of flaws, right? And of course, we're all human. You know, I've been mistaken before. I've misspoke before. I might have said one thing and forgot a nuance before. But lying is when you intentionally try to deceive someone in order to gain favor with them to get out of something, and usually it's because you're afraid or because you want something from people. And at the end of the day, I tell y'all what I want from y'all. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all what I want. I don't need your admiration. I don't need your kudos. If you give me kudos, I appreciate it. All I ask for is respect, because I lead with respect and support. Let's do good business. If you enjoy my show, if you enjoy the stream, if you enjoy what we're doing over here, support the show. I don't need the clout. I don't need the fame. That's not my thing. I want to get paid. Shout out to Mark. I want to get paid. I want to get paid. All that other shit don't matter to me. I want to get paid. I want to get paid. And I've said it from the beginning. So, like, yo, anybody who tries to twist out, no, he's not. Iz has told you from the beginning, he wants to get paid. He's up here to get paid. This gives me time freedom to be able to spend with my son, to pick my son up, to take my son to school, pick my son up from school. This gives me time freedom to be able to do what I do. Do I earn as much money doing this as I've earned doing other things? No, I don't. That's another thing people have told you. Another thing people have told you. I've got a lot more money doing other stuff. At the same time, this does give me the opportunity to kill multiple birds with one stone, meaning I can promote my purpose, which is to help Black families get together. Believe it or not, that's my purpose. So when people try to call me red pill, incel, or manosphere, they are mistaken. Do I love my brothers because I am a brother? Absolutely, without question. Right? Unapologetically, I love my brothers because I'm a brother. Right? At the same time, am I so much like, yo, I'm going to be extreme? No, I'm not an extreme person. I'm a balanced person. I call things how I see it. I call it down the middle. And because I disagree with you does not mean I have to personally attack you. But now, if you personally attack me, I got jokes too. We're going to joke. You want to joke? Let's joke. You want to try to snap? Let's snap. I don't care nothing about that. Don't mean nothing to me. At the same time, I'm going to address it. We're going to get into it. We got a lot to address today. Shout out to Ignorant TV. Yo, you know what's crazy? I just made a video talking about the same shit. Shout out to you. I didn't even see that, but shout out to you. I need to check that out. We got a bunch of VR troopers online. And like I said, a bunch of virtual reality Negroes. I've said that before, a bunch of virtual reality Negroes. They are programs and avatars, but we got to get into all that. Yo, salute KO Black. What's going on? What's going on? Bucket 88. What up, Bucket 88? What's going on? By the way, Izzy, that last wallpaper you sent me, I didn't request that one. I already have that one. So you guys send me another one and send me one for that. I got you. Just hit me up, bro. I got you. Just bear with me. Bear with me. A lot going on, but bear with me. I got you. Let me see. Yo, what's up, TB Trucking? What's going on? That girl needs a dad. Damn. Yeah, she needs a dad. Listen, we're gonna get into all that. What's up, Raj Will? What's going on? Yeah, personal attacks towards me ain't good for your health or your life. Please believe. I got you. All right. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor. What in the world? Yeah, they blowing me up. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor. All right. Thank you, Ipico. I appreciate you. Pause though. You gotta say pause. I'm trying to say pause less, but you'll squeeze me later today. It sounds a little sus. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to, I don't know if y'all noticed, I've been trying to say pause a lot less. But I'll squeeze you a little later. Sounds crazy. But let's get into it. Hey man, listen, y'all support the show, support the stream, you know what I mean? Dope discussion, deserve dope donations, compensation for the conversation. Let's do good business. Today's goal is there's 25 people, at least $5 a piece. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what we do. Y'all already know that it's to keep our show going. There's a lot of themes going on. Let me say this before we get into the avatar and the program theme. The reason why I came on earlier today, about an hour earlier than I usually do, is so that we can have time to really break this down. I want to open up the panel. I want to hear what you have to say, and we're gonna kick it, right? With that being said, I find it egregious, Sharon. I find it egregious. This is directly to you, Sharon. The three things that I find egregious is, number one, I didn't call you Sharon on that stream. I didn't tell nobody to call you Sharon on the stream. I think one time it slipped and I said, "Oops, excuse me, I meant Sharon," and that was literally a brain fart when I said that, right? But I wasn't teasing you, calling you Sharon on the stream. I wasn't. I think I said it once, and I immediately said, "Excuse me, I meant Sharon." All right, and I wasn't trying to be funny. I really wasn't. If I was, I would have said it. So I find it egregious that, number one, you're going to try to twist it and make it seem like I was calling you Sharon, which I wasn't. The second thing I find egregious is the fact that you're going to try to think, because I see this thing differently than you see it on one particular aspect of it, that makes me a lover of men. That makes me a rim brother. That makes me trying to perform for AM. Yo, first of all, when we was there, Angry Man, I don't even know where Angry Man was. Angry Man wasn't in the chat at first. Angry Man didn't hit me up. I didn't hit Angry Man up. That's a grown man. Are we friends? Yes. That's at the same time, that's a grown ass man that has his own business, his own life, and does what he does. I'm a grown ass man that has my own business, my own life, and do what I do. So to try to make it seem like I'm trying to perform for Angry Man or get in Angry Man's good graces is egregious and stupid. First of all, Angry Man came through here the other day and we chopped it up. We've been squashed, and we didn't never have no beef, but we've been squashed our misunderstanding behind scenes about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. So to make it seem like I do anything to try to get in Angry Man's good graces as a grown ass man is just absolutely asinine. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? It makes absolutely no sense. Okay, that's number one. Also, in addition to that, I find it rather ironic that the main thing, first of all, you was acting like a little girl. Let's be honest. You were sitting there whining, complaining because you were trying to cut people off, and no one would allow you to cut them off. And, I want to talk. Why y'all not let me talk? I'm gonna quit because I can't talk. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna quit because I can't talk. Like a little girl. See, perhaps, if you follow your own advice, perhaps if you follow what you say and do what you say and say what you do and mean what you say, then you wouldn't be so fickle and flip-floppy, right? I'm consistent in my stance. Literally, when I heard this situation, I said this about it from the beginning. I'm consistent in my stance. Do I agree with how Dr. Umar is handling it? No. At the same time, am I mad at him for doing it that way? No. Meaning, not for not being in his daughter's life, I believe that he should have been in that young lady's life. That's what I'm saying. That's the part where I think that he should have been in her life. At the same time, being a grown-ass man that has seen situations, been in situations, have grown-ass kids, and my kid ever curses me out and says something, it's F them. F you. You a grown-ass person, and I'm going to let you abuse me? You got to be out your mind. Because guess what? Guess what's not going to happen? I'm not going to abuse my children. I'm not going to come to them crazy. I'm not going to talk. I don't be in their business. If the only way I be in my children's business as grown people is if they ask me and invite me in. Other than that, I mind my business. These are adults. I have children her age. I have 2 children a little bit older than her and one child right under her. Meaning I have a son that's 25, a daughter that's 23, and a daughter that's 22. And then my little man, he 12. But I have children that young lady's age. And if and when those children got out of pocket, guess what? I removed myself from them. I removed myself from them because guess what? At this stage of the game, I don't owe you shit. That's what a parent owes a child. A parent owes a child to feed them, to clothe them, to shelter them, and they should teach them the right thing. But guess what they owe them? To feed them, to clothe them, to shelter them. That's all you owe your children. I don't understand where this concept of, yo, you got to be a soccer mom as a dad, and you got to be a damn taxi cab as a dad, and you got to be a tooth fairy and a goddamn doggone what's his damn what's shit teacup party fingernail painting ass nigga. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this came from because the truth of the matter is, unless you have a business like YouTube or unless you have something that affords you some semblance of time freedom, yo, if you're a man and you're going to get it, you don't got time. If you're a man and you're going to get it and you're grinding and you're working and you're busting your ass to provide for your family, guess what? That time is spent and allocated towards that. And that means that you're not going to have time to spend with your children like that. You're just not. So this whole concept, this whole idea, this whole ideology that all of a sudden a dad is supposed to be the mom and the dad and the damn grandparents too, and Mr. Mom and Mr. Perfect and Mr. Superhero, y'all are out your damn mind. Y'all are out your damn mind. And it's obvious who had dads around and who didn't.
You lost your rabbit ass mind.
It's obvious who has had fathers around and who hasn't. Because when you have a father around, you understand that man is just a human being. That man is not a superhero. That man is not Neo from the Matrix. That man is just a person. And so as a person, you only have 24 hours a day. And some of that you got to dedicate to rest. And if you're working and if you're grinding and to earn money and you're trading your time for your dollars, yo, you're not going to have a whole bunch of time like that. You're just not. Do I think it's ideal to spend as much time? We need some support, Jamie. He said, let me get the, or we need some support, good brother. Y'all support the show, support the stream now, man. Help us reach our goal. Shout out to my man, JD 1975. Help us reach our goal. But let's get an amen for my brother, JD 1975. Salute. Yes, sir. I got you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Always. Some other people walked in the building. Let me welcome. What's up, Money Marco? What up, man? Money Marco in the building. Good to see you. What up, JD 1975? Salute. Let me make sure I got everybody. Look, I'm not gonna do him like that. But listen, he getting close to being done like that again. Cause he just be doing too much. Yo, he just be doing too much. Listen, I don't have a problem against that brother specifically. I have an issue with some of the things that he does. And when he cuts up and when he start talking crazy, then you know what I'm saying? I gotta put him back in his place. I got to put him back in his place. But other than that, like, I don't have a problem direct. That's how I'm able to let him up here or to go over there or whatever the case may be and have the conversation. But don't make it seem like, yo, fam, I have pulled up on you multiple times. No one is afraid to talk to you. You're not, come on, man, stop it. Like, you got what? Like, come on, man, you got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yo, we gotta get into it though. We gotta get into it. What's up, Vatos Bulldog? Bro was getting busy back in the day. Shout out to that. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you, Vatos Bulldogs. Y'all make sure y'all supporting the show, support the stream now, man. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? The haters is going to hate. The haters are going to hate. And yo, if this is, it's so much, man. It's so much. It's so much. What up, KP for KC5? What's going on, good brother? It's so much, man. Listen, again, as a so-called black man, as a father, as a son, as a dude who's been around for a little bit of time, earned a little bit of gray in his beard, and been around, yo, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Children can and oftentimes will break your heart as a father. Let me say that again. See, we talk a lot about how stepdads get the bad end of the deal, but we don't really talk about how dads be getting the bad end of the deal too. First of all, let's be honest, dad most of the time be the last to know anything that goes on. And not only, even when you close to your children and when you close to your wife, your significant other, whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10 is her and them kids against your ass. Even if it's something cute and cuddly and, yo, they just want to get you to give them some money to go here, or they just want to get you to approve to go there, or they just want you to do this, or they just want you to do that. Most of the time, it is them children and the mother against the father. It is. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Even in the most greatest situations. It's the children and the mother against the father. I don't know why we are acting and pretending like we don't know this. I don't know why we are acting like we haven't been kids and we haven't wanted to choose our mother, because 9 times out of 10, the mother is more lenient. The mother, you can run over your mother. Let's be honest. Even the so-called black mother trope. You, as a kid, listen, and this is the most amazing thing. The level of running over black mothers in this community has come to an all-time high, and I thought I would never see it. Like before, you could kind of, get away with a little bit more with your mother than you could with your father, right? And those of you who haven't, I'm sorry to those of you who haven't grown up with a mother and a father in the house. I'm sorry. But as a kid, I grew up with a mother and a father in the house. And good and guarantee, I would much rather deal with my mama than deal with my dad. Okay? Good and guarantee, even me, I would much rather deal with my mama than deal with my daddy. Because my mama, guess what? My mama gonna go, she gonna spend money, my mama gonna go out, my mama gonna do this, she gonna do that. I'm gonna be able to get away with mad shit. Yo, I want mama. Mama! Let's keep it real, right? Now, My dad, he's strict. He want to beat people, put put switches and rulers to people and shit, belts and shit. He wants you to be all structured and disciplined. He wants you to sit up straight, chest out, back. Military man. He wants you to fold your damn bed with hospital quarters and shit. He wanna give you god doggone book reports to do and do the whole dictionary. He wanna dag on send you to dag on meetings and damn seminars and shit. And what the hell? I'm a kid. I want to be a kid. I want to run around and joke and laugh and run and yell. That's what I want to do as a kid. So your mama, most of the time, is gonna be your first choice because mama let you get away with shit that daddy would never let you get away with. Now, in modern times, this shit is a whole new level. These kids run these women. I don't know what y'all, these children of the 2020s, they run their mama. They run their mama. The same woman who will sit there and argue and catch dreams and argue with her man, these children run over that same woman. The same woman who don't want to listen and don't want to do this and don't want to do that. Them children, them women be asking, so what you want to do there? What you think? What you want to eat? I ain't never. These children run mama. So I don't understand why we're pretending like we don't know. They do. I'm talking a little black. I'm telling you, the roles have reversed. I was in a store. I told y'all about this like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, and it's like the role. It's a bizarro world. It's like I seen black women putting their children in timeout in special places, and I seen white women smacking the dog shit out their kid. And I'm like, what is this happening? I don't. But in modern times, the children run a lot of these households and a lot of these women. These women be running around like a chicken with their god doggone head cut off. The children want to go to the football game. The children want to go do this. The children want to go do that. The children want to go to daggone Dave and Buster's. The children want to go to their friend's party. The children want to go, and they be demanding these women and commanding these women, and I ain't never seen shit like this in my life. Again, it's always been mama, because mama let you get away with shit that daddy won't let you get away with. Mama let you get away with shit that daddy won't let you get away with. It's always been mama first. Because you ain't gonna get away with that shit with your daddy. You just ain't gonna get away with the same shit. We know it. We know it's true, right? At the same time, it has gone to a whole new level. I guess because daddy ain't even there. For whatever reason that we be arguing about all the time, and it ain't like daddy ain't there. And this is the weird thing. How can we recognize and identify that women divorce, out of the divorces, women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time, but still make it seem like men are just leaving? How? Let me ask that again for the slow people in the back. How are we making it seem like men are just leaving and women are divorcing men to the tune of 70 and 80%? How? Help me understand, because they say I'm slow, I'm an idiot. I'm like, what? I'm an idiot because I said, listen. We're gonna get into that. Y'all support this show. We got a little bit of time. I came on a little bit early so that we could get into all of this stuff. Now it was opposite for me growing up. Even though Pops is an army man, I'd rather deal with him than my mom, especially as I got into high school. These kids be dog walking their mamas. Timeout. What the F is a timeout exactly? There needs to be, shout out to Andrew Taylor, there needs to be some form of parenting classes, but everything is so leftist and PC that it's scarier than a horror movie. Hey, what you talking about, bro? What you talking about? What you talking about? These extremes, programs and avatars, these extremes. Listen, we probably were abused, the Gen Xers. We probably were abused. I would say that. I tell my parents that to their face. They abused us, right? Anytime you get hit with an extension cord, anytime you get hit with a throwing a shoe at you, anytime you get hit with a metal gauge, a metal ruler, whatever the case may be, switches and they spank you butt naked, making sure you get greased up and have water on you so that shit will wrap around your ass. Like, yo, that's abuse. That's abuse. Braiding switches and shit, and then singing and dancing while they whipping your ass. That's abuse. That's abuse. At the same time, the issue is, and this is one thing I will attribute to us Gen Xers. A lot of Gen Xers are punk ass parents because we were abused. So and I think AM have said this before, and I'm going to borrow it and elaborate on it. Unfortunately, with human beings, when we correct, we overcorrect. We overcorrect. We've seen this with the LBGT community plus. We've seen this with feminism. We've seen this with our children and children's rights. Unfortunately, when we correct, we overcorrect and we overcompensate. And because we overcorrect and overcompensate, it creates a crazy imbalance and things just get out of control. So, is it wrong to abuse your children? Absolutely, without question. It is wrong to abuse your children without question, it's wrong, and you wrong for that. At the same time, should you let these little MFers run all over your ass? No. It should be some disciplining, it should be some explaining, and it should be some love in there. And that you have to have a mixture. Any too extreme way is detrimental. Any too extreme way is detrimental. Like they say, good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. So it's like, let's get to it. What's up, Marcus Evans? What's going on, family? Good to see you. Facts. Yeah, hanger, a flip-flop, a back, whatever they can find. Let's be honest. Sometimes Hot Wheel tracks, oh shit, not the Hot Wheel tracks. Hot Wheel tracks, all types of shit. Hose, slippers, sandals, belts, rulers, anything they can find, fam. What's up, Marcus? Jesse, what do you think was worse, the physical or the verbal? Oh, yo, that too, Jesse. That too. Both of them was bad. It is hard to judge, Jesse. Both of them was bad. You was all kinds of ain't shit little MFer. Yo, now one thing I would give my parents, they didn't do as much of that. So I don't have a lot of, well, that's interesting, Jesse. That's interesting. That's a dope question because guess what? My father didn't do that. My father was abusive physically. He would beat us with freaking and my mama sometimes too, but she was a little less than my dad. But my mama was more likely to say some wild shit. My mama would say some wild shit. You'd be like, What the heck? Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? My mama would say some wild shit to this day. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna have to talk to you later, baby. I love you. I'm gonna have to talk to you later, baby. I'm gonna have to talk to you later because sometimes I gotta tell my mom because my mom would say some wild shit to this day. I'm like, Mom, I love you. Ain't nobody got time for that. I love you. I'm gonna talk to you later. I get with you. I'm not, but that's a real question, Jesse, and it's hard for me to answer that. The real question, the real answer is it's hard for me to answer. I think that they're equal. And this is part of the problem. A lot of weapons that women have are verbal and communicable. A lot of weapons that women have are verbal. So if they use the weapon that they have, why do we think that's so much less than if someone's being physical? It's not. Abuse is abuse. Abuse is abuse. Shout out to Brandon86. I am 38 years old. I had those experiences. Shoe, switch, stitching cord, hard slap, always and on punishment. Damn. Marcus says, yep. Last night's show was egregious. Yeah, I mean, it's just wild. When I was in daycare, they used to verbally and physically abuse us. And for decades, I blamed my parents because I thought they knew about it. They didn't know. Damn. My mother didn't cuss, my mother didn't cuss, but the little woman packed a mean punch. Shout out to that. And my pops used to get in arguments with my mom because she's overdid the verbal shit. My pops never did the physical or the verbal. Wow. My mom didn't cuss, but the little woman could pack a mean punch. Shout out to you, Rajwell. Y'all support the show. Last time my mom said some wild ish to me like that, it was 2018, and I checked the F out of her. I had to remind her I was a grown-ass man. I ain't no little boy. Don't play with me. Yeah. Yo, shout out to my mama. Happy Mama's Day. Love you. And listen, this is the thing. I don't understand why this is problematic. And this is part of this weak-ass damn participation trophy generation. Yo, I can disagree with you. I cannot like what you did and still love you. This is why y'all don't understand the relationship that Angry Man and I have. That's my boy. That's my man's 100 grand. And we both could say, yo, we ain't beefing, but everybody is like, yo, no. But if you got two strong men and they have strong opinions, they're going to stand on their opinion, and it might sound wild. I ain't never gonna, like, physically, like, yo, the one time AM was like, yo, when you coming to Raleigh? I was like, never. And I'll be in Raleigh on top. And every time I go to Raleigh, I hang out with that nigga. Every time, it's only been one time I've been to Raleigh, I ain't hang out with that nigga. Every time I go to Raleigh, that's my man. I go hang out with him. I'm hit him up. Yo, where you at, nigga? Where we go? You know what I'm saying? And we catch up. So, and it don't be none of that. We agree, we disagree, whatever. It's the same energy. But the reason why a lot of y'all don't understand that is y'all come from a generation where you got to agree with somebody to be their friend. And that shit is weird to me. You don't have to agree with, yo, I roast Umar excessively all the time. I roast Umar excessively all the time. Joey roast Umar all the time, and Joey got love for Umar. Yo, if you're right and we think you're right, we agree with you. If you're wrong and we think you're wrong, we disagree with you. That has nothing to do with, yo, I think that you are a stellar dad and dad of the year. And no. That don't mean that I agree with your politics. That don't mean that I agree with your philosophies in life. That don't mean that I align with you in any way, shape, or form. If I agree with you on something you did, I just agree with you on that thing. If I disagree with you, that don't mean that I hate you. That don't mean that I want to fight you. That don't mean that, come on, y'all. We have got to learn to grow the F up. This whole shit of when you disagree with somebody that you are their enemy, and when you agree with somebody, they're your best friend in the world. Like, that shit's weak. That shit's weak. Because I don't know men who agree on everything. Me and my brother, may God rest his soul, me and my brother were very, very different. Nigga, that's my blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, my brother. Nigga slept in the same bed to me, foot to head, my brother. Nigga ate out the same cereal bowl as me, my brother. That I grew up with, that I took. We didn't see eye to eye, and as a matter of fact, a lot of times we didn't agree. But say something to my brother. Do something to my brother. See what happens to you. You ain't gonna do shit to him. You ain't gonna say shit to him. It's my brother. We ain't agree. We ain't always see eye to eye. We have friends and didn't even know it. And then, like, I had a friend that couldn't stand my brother. He had a friend that couldn't stand me. We didn't know it at the time, but so I don't understand these ideas and these concepts that you gotta. And my brother was only a couple years younger than me. He's not that much younger than me. He's in my age. He was in my age group. He's only a few years younger than me. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Your ego is that fragile. Your self-esteem is that fragile. Your self-concept is that weak that I gotta agree with you on every point in order for us to be cool. That's why I got love for the homie, the angry man, because we go at it, we say our shit, we go at it, and then it's like, all right. Because we agree on what we agree on, and we disagree on what we disagree on. So it's like crazy that people think that just because I disagree with AM on this and this means I have to disagree with him on everything, or just because I align with him on this and this means I align with him on everything. No, it's not like that. No, it's not like that. He's his own man. I'm my own man. And what a man means is you have your own identity, philosophy. You're gonna see things your way. Y'all tell a friend, I don't know what the hell is going on. Are they suppressing us because we said avatars and programs? Y'all tell a friend come in and support the show, man. Support the stream, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. Support the show, support the stream, you know what I mean? Peace, JC the Conqueror. What's going on, family? How you doing? I could never eat out the same bowl as my older brother. That wasn't gonna work. Shout out to that. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Hey, no doubt we're gonna get into that. All right, shout out to that. Shout out to that. I got you. Hey, y'all make sure y'all supporting the show, man. Supporting the stream, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, when you're broke, you I mean, nasty or not, I'm just saying, when you broke, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do, baby. We didn't want to do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. When you poor, when you broke, when you don't got it, shit, you gotta eat, right? There was 5 of us, yo. I ain't never and that's another thing. I ain't never try to make it seem like I grew up with means, or I grew up like affluent, or I grew up having it. There was 5 of us, and my parents were young when they had us. I think my mom and dad were, if I'm not mistaken, let me see, 85. My mom was born. Yo, my mom was 30 years old when she had my youngest brother, if I'm not mistaken. Let me say that again. My mom was 30 years old when she had my youngest brother, if I'm not mistaken. So that lets you know they were young parents with 5 children. My mom was like 29, 30 years old with 5 children. You know they was effing up. You know they were struggling. Shout out to Bucket88. Oh, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Salute. Thank you, Bucket88, for setting it off and setting it off right. Y'all be like Bucket88. Support the show, support the stream, you know what I mean? We got a little bit of time. I'm gonna open up the panel. We're gonna get into this DJ Wish Doctor, Not for Humans stream. Thank you, because Bucket88, we just need 24 people out of 25 to help us reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today, y'all. Help us reach our goal. Support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
I got money.
Appreciate you, Bucket88. Thank you very much, family. Yo, if y'all want your comments highlighted red, do so through the super chat, through the Cash App. All right. Yeah, my parents struggled like an MFer. I remembered how the bill collectors state. Man, bill collectors calling the bill collectors, fam. Yo, remember? only my real was gonna remember that. Remember when your parents used to be like, yo, if they call for me, you better not tell them I'm here. You better tell them I ain't here. And you answer the phone and said, my mama told me to tell you that she ain't home. Yo, we used to stay in trouble. Yo, bill collectors, yo, fam. That's why, yo, as an adult, I'll do almost anything. Rather than less to sell my soul, I'll do almost anything to make sure nothing gets turned off. Yo, we had gas turned off. We had water turned off. We had lights turned off. As a grown-ass man, I ain't never had shit turned off. That was turned on. Never. I was homeless before. Never. Yo, I did what I had to do, fam. I don't believe that that's against my religion. To be in the house with your kids and you ain't got no heat, you ain't got no water, you ain't got no lights, nigga, you getting evicted, nigga. Oh man. I just cannot. Nigga, I cannot. That's against my religion. But it comes from the fact that there was times and as a kid you feel helpless. You feel helpless. Because you can't get no job. I tried to get a job. I went to Manhattan. I went to Manhattan one day, 13 years old, and I tried to take my little ass to get a job at the Gap. Because I like Gap clothes back then. You know, the Gap used to be fly back in the days. So I went to the Gap and I tried to fill out an application at 13 years old, man. Because I was like, yo, nah. I almost made a bad decision to work in a weed house. You know what I'm saying? At 13, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I know better than that. But I'm telling you, right? It's like, and so I'm never going to bash that young sister Anissa for feeling the way she feels. She's entitled to feel the way she feels. My thing was, if you want a certain result from someone, let's just take parents out of it. Let's just take men and women out of it. Let's just talk butt naked brass facts. Shout out to Chris Garner. Let's just talk butt naked facts. If you want someone to do something for you, you cannot come at them sideways and expect them to do shit for you, especially not no damn Gen Xer. It ain't gonna happen. Let me say that again. You talking to people who've been abused by their parents. You talking to people who were latchkey kids who had to fend for themselves. You talking to people who've seen all types of shit and experienced all types of shit, especially in the urban community. You ain't gonna be able to talk crazy to them and get shit but some drama. Y'all don't get that? Let's take father, mother, wife, girlfriend, anything out of it. And let's just talk human being to human being. Y'all don't understand. If you're not a Gen Xer, if you haven't grown up the way a lot of us grown up, y'all don't get it. Y'all keep talking crazy if you want to. You're gonna be ASSOUT and we're gonna sleep damn great at night. We can care less. We can care less. Little dumb motherfucker, we can care less. You popping off at the mouth talking your shit. You ain't done shit. We know you ain't done shit. We know you couldn't. We know that you couldn't walk a mile in our shoes. God doggone, if we give you a damn half a mile head start. We know this. As a Gen X kid, we're built different. Big facts, Bucket 88. And people can say what they want, but we know what it is. We know what it is. I see you yesterday, Isbans. You were on your real OG shit and making total sense. Thank you. But they was telling me I was an idiot in the chat. They was telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. And I was being very balanced and very fair and giving that little girl, that little sister advice, the same advice I would give to my own children. I was giving that sister loving advice, the same advice that I would give to my own children. Yo, if you want from your father, because the truth of the matter is Umar is already Umar and it's already set. I don't mess with Umar because Umar is full of shit most of the time. At the same time, on this particular issue, that young lady loses. Umar gonna be all right regardless. Now, maybe if you talk about in the afterlife and what God thinks about it and judgment, okay, maybe you got a point. But I'm talking about right now, Umar, he ain't losing no freaking sleep. You think 50 Cent is losing sleep over Marquise? You think Master P was losing sleep over Romeo? You think any other kid, y'all are fooling yourselves. Let me tell you, young people, if you don't know, don't let your program or that avatar fool you. You're fooling yourself. If you think that your parents really give a F and they're a Gen Xer, you're fooling yourself. They love you. They want the best for you. But hey, they hate it for, hey, see you and wouldn't want to be you. See you and wouldn't want to be you. Man, we're gonna be transparent today. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to KO Black for the lack of my support over the past week. Hey man, thank you, man. You don't owe me a damn thing, KO Black. I appreciate you, and whenever you support, you don't owe me shit, brother. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for donating. I appreciate you, man. Hey, because of KO Black, we just need 23 more people, at least $5 a piece. Y'all help us reach our goal. You never have to apologize to me for supporting or for not supporting, fam. It is what it is. It's your money. You work hard for it. And if you share with me, I appreciate it. If you don't, I appreciate you nonetheless for sharing with me when you have. All right. So make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. I mean, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Money
It don't matter what the situation.
Oh, my fault. Really, I mean, shout out to KO Black again, but really, I mean Gen X men. Oh, let me be honest, because y'all Gen X women, I don't know. It looks like y'all done lost y'all rabbit ass mind because y'all let y'all kids run over y'all. Y'all be sitting there running like a chicken with y'all goddamn head run off for these damn kids. And I be looking like, ain't you the same mother effer that don't listen to nobody and I don't know what the hell got into y'all. So let me be clear. I'm really talking about Gen X men. Because these Gen X women thinking about it, a lot of them do care. A lot of them do let their kids dictate to them, tell them what to do. Mom, I didn't want to go. And Mom, you said, you grown. If you don't get your little stupid ass up out of here, you grown. You better come to me with some damn respect. You better come put some respect in your voice. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you to give you no Sweet 16 party. I don't owe you to give you no god doggone BMW. I don't owe you to buy your car, period. I don't owe you that. Little mother, I don't owe you that. I owe you eats, I owe you sleeps, and I owe you somewhere to stay. And that's the end of what I owe you. I don't owe you shit. You got me bent. You got me bent. I don't owe you shit. What's up, Sherry Berry? How is she gonna know how to talk to him if she never knew him? Well, she knew how to talk to us last night. Shout out to the little sister. She knew how to talk to us last night. And I told her, I said, hey, look, if you came out like this, then you would have the support of 9 out of 10 people. Because if you talking, I say every time you talk, I can't tell you what to do. I'm nobody. This is literally what I said. I said, but sis, if you take any advice from your uncle from afar, look at me like an uncle. If you want to get something done, if you want to get something, talk like this. Make it, just state your case, because men are logical. State your case, say what you're feeling, but you don't have to do all of that screaming. You don't have to do all that yelling. You don't have to do no ad hominem attacks. You don't have to do that. Just say how you feel and have a conversation, and then allow him to talk and allow you to talk, and y'all communicate. This is the problem. Like my man JD said, we don't know how to communicate. Shout out to Lay. We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to communicate. We be talking at each other. We don't be talking to each other. All this Instagram and damn text messages and damn DMs and damn Snapchats and all this shit. We don't know how to communicate. We need to learn how to talk to each other. And again, because we disagree, because we don't see eye to eye, because we don't see the things the exact same way, that don't mean that we have to hate each other. That don't mean that we have to be enemies. That don't mean that we have to disrespect each other. We can speak and converse with each other and have a conversation and agree to disagree. But hear each other out. Hear me out. I want to hear you out. And if I don't see it the way that you see it, don't get mad at me and try to attack me. I may not see it the way you see it, and that should be okay. I may not feel the same way about it that you feel about it, and that should be all right. That should be all right. Programs and avatars are y'all programs. Y'all programming has been programmed. Y'all don't know how to think and to function in adult society. Y'all don't. You have to communicate. Communication is a give and a take exchange. It's, yo, you have your opinion in the way you see it. I have my opinion in the way I see it. Because I don't agree with you, don't make me a liar. Because I don't agree with you, don't make me an idiot. It don't make me stupid. It don't make me uneducated. It don't make me anything, but I just don't agree with you on a particular issue. You see it how you see it, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. I can give you that. I don't have to take anything away from you because you feel a way or you see things a certain way. That's fine. But don't attack me. And if you attack me, expect payback and retribution. Expect that work. If you attack me, expect that work. It's coming. Buy them a car. Shit. Every car I had, I bought. Me too. With money I got. Parents ain't buy me shit. Me neither. I told my mom the other day, her and Pops only paid 5% of my college. I paid the remaining. Not, oh, you got college paid for? Shout out to you. What I paid, I could have gotten a baby mansion for the same price. Shit. Hey, listen. And listen, some parents don't have it. I don't want to attack parents for I'm not one, again, I'm not one that's going to throw rocks from a glass house. So I'm not going to attack people that don't have money because they don't have money. I'm not going to do that. Some people just don't have the money, right? And I'm not going to do that. At the same time, some of these people be the same people that think that their children owe them something, and their children be the one co-signing for their parents. Their children be the one buying their parents or doing this for their parents, doing that for their parents. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, come on now. And listen, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do for your parent and you want to show your parent love, or you working with your parent, whatever the case may be, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. At the same time, that parent can't turn around and abuse that child, and that child can't turn around and abuse that parent. Listen, I don't owe you shit. So she can't be upset about her father. But what are you talking, Lay? I just said, I don't understand what's wrong with y'all inner earring problem, sister. I just said she is entitled to however she feels about it. I'm not mad at her about however she feels about it. That's not the point. The point is, all you silly people that don't understand that if she curses out her father and exposes him online, that is against what she wants to do. She can't say that she wants to have a relationship with him and try to delete him and delete his career. Y'all don't understand men at all. Y'all don't understand men at all. Y'all don't understand men at all. And some of you men don't know what it means to be a man. What's up, Casey Darfire? What's going on? Shit, I wish I had college fully paid for right now. I know that's right, but shit, I wish I had anything paid for. My parents that paid for shit. As a grown person, I paid for everything. Right? My pops made it clear, even as a kid, the only thing I owe him and mom's is respect. Nothing else. You don't. And they don't owe you shit either. I'm not. You listen. You deflected because I'm absolutely not. That don't even make sense. I'm telling her how to react. No, I'm not. I'm saying, listen. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have a golden goose and the golden goose lays a golden egg every day, if you delete the goose to get more eggs, you ain't gonna get no more eggs. You can't delete the goose and expect more eggs. So let me put it into layman's terms, because I know a lot of y'all are freaking slow. Because y'all was talking about idiots and all this. So let me put it in layman's terms for the uninitiated. Yo, you can't get what you want being an asshole. Okay? If you're an asshole, especially to a Gen Xer, you're just gonna get more asshole back. Pause. You're not gonna get what you want. They're just gonna shit on you. Let me say that again. If you be an asshole to a Gen Xer, they're just gonna shit on you, and it's probably gonna hurt you more than it hurts them. Just for the record. Just for the record. It's probably gonna hurt you more than it hurts them. They probably don't give a F for real. They're probably like, oh, save me some money, thanks. I'm just telling you. They're probably like, oh, save me some bread, thank you, dumbass. Stupid. You think you doing me something? You not doing me nothing. You are hurting yourself. Because this is the thing that y'all fail to realize. A lot of y'all, Lay. We don't know the dynamic between Umar and that young lady's mother. We don't. We can only speculate. So when I said, hey, look, maybe they should have one conversation to allow her to clear the airs only with the mother and the father, only because the mother already was telling her shit about what happened to her from Umar, which she should have never done. The mother already poisoned that young lady's mind. She already poisoned the well. So, yo, you got to have a conversation in front of her to try to allow some of that shit to clear. And it's still going to take a long time. But as long as, I got you. I'm going to drop the link soon. I need some support, though. Can y'all support the show? Can at least Let me get 8 people. 8 people. I'm gonna drop the link. Let me get 8 people right now to throw $5 at me so we could drop the link. Support the show, y'all. I want to hear what y'all gotta say. I want to hear what you gotta say, and I'm gonna play DJ Witch Doctor's thing. We got a little bit of time. Y'all hit the Cash App and support the show, support the stream. I mean, what's up, Lord ADS? What's going on, family? Lord ADS in the building. But I got you, Lay. I'm gonna drop the link soon. Y'all support the show though. Let's get 8 people, at least $5 a piece, to support the show so that we can be, so we can just keep flowing, and y'all support in the meantime. But we need 8 people, at least $5 a piece to support the show, family. Yo, so listen, we don't know. The only 2 people that know actually what happened is Umar and that young lady's mother, right? And the truth of the matter is, they ain't going to be able to tell you exactly what happened. What they're going to be able to tell you is what their programming says. Thank you very much, Lay. I appreciate that $9.99 European money. Yo, that goes along. Thank you for that European money. I appreciate you, Lay. I should give you twice as much for that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yo, because of Lay, we just need 7 more people, at least $5 a piece. Y'all help us open up the panel, support the show, support the stream. Now, man, appreciate you, Lay.
Hope you don't mind if I say this out loud. How wonderful life is, 'cause you're in the world.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
You ain't about to do shit. Like, hey, listen, nobody afraid of you. Nobody ain't afraid of you. We can have the conversation. One thing I respect about you, Lay, is that we can have the conversation. We can disagree, and we don't have to be disagreeable. I appreciate that about you, Lay. So I don't mind, and that's why I try to keep people up off Lay, because Lay just say her opinion. She ain't gonna call you out your name or go crazy on you. She's just talking, and she's entitled to her opinion. So I don't agree with her a lot of times, but it's cool with me. Shout out to Vixen Forever. Hey sis, how you doing? Good to see you always in the building of Vixen Forever, right? We don't know what happened between Umar and this lady. They know what happens between themselves, right? At the same time, number 1, it's been 22 years ago. So it's already a little bit foggy. But number 2, it is, to the title of this stream, it is formed in prejudice due to programming and due to outside influence that shapes the way that we think and we feel and we. So it is going to be from her perspective or from Umar's perspective. Now, what does happen, which they would not let me say yesterday, but what does happen out of both of them being at the same place at the same time, with the young lady being able to ask the questions, is it does let the young lady see for herself whether her mother is saying the same thing she's been saying to her all along, or she starts switching up the story. And that is very important. That is very important. Guess what? In America, part of the reason that makes America so great, like the Diddy trial, is you get to face your accuser. Part of the thing that makes America so great is you get to face your accuser. Whether we like it, whether we love it, whether we hate it, Anissa's mom is Dr. Umar's accuser. She has accused him of putting hands, feet, elbows, and toes on her. She has accused him of being a deadbeat, though he's paid child support for 20-something years. She has accused him of being the worst type of Negro there ever was. She is Umar's accuser. And the very fact that you silly Negroes don't think that absolutely has shaped that young lady and who she is today is absolutely asinine. Yo, there's situations of men who have been in the same house as the children and the mother was talking crazy about that father, and those children began to disrespect the father, even though the father went to work every day, even though the father never called them children out their name, even though they have physical proof that the father was there. But attribution bias, shout out to Izzy Bands bringing it to the space. Attribution bias is a real thing. What attribution bias is when you do something, it's an inherent trait. That's who you are. When I do something, oh, I just did that because it was a mistake or it just was circumstantial. See, attribution bias is real. And this is why when you have a parent that's with the child and that parent is poisoning the child's mind, and you just get the one side, even when you get the father side, everything the father says will be used against them. In that child's mind, it will be an attack on the mother. Dummies. Since y'all want to call names, uninitiated idiots. Y'all don't know shit, but y'all be loud and wrong. You don't know a damn thing. Damn sure don't know more than me. You don't read enough books to know more than me. You haven't been enough seminars to know more than me. You haven't had enough money to know more than me. You haven't been around enough people to know more than me. You haven't lived enough places to know more than me. But y'all want to talk. Y'all just want to talk and run your mouth. I don't brag. I don't boast. I don't really get in my bag like that for real. But y'all are tripping. Loud and wrong. The reason why you need, at least in the first interaction, both of the parents there is because she needs to see whether what her mother has said about her father all these years is going to be consistent. That don't have nothing to do with Umar. That's going to be between her and her mother. And then she's going to be able to gauge, based on what Umar says in front of her mother, and what her mother's response is based on what she said, what is the closest to the truth that she can be. We have a right in America to face our accuser. Y'all don't understand. There's no way. I asked the young lady directly. I said, hey, does your mom, I think someone else asked this question, but does your mom hate your dad? And basically she said, yes. This is 22 years later, so y'all can miss me with the, leave the past in the past. Are y'all stupid or y'all dumb? Y'all really, black women know how to leave some shit in the past? What black women have you been around, nigga? Let's be honest. See, this is a problem. Y'all act like either y'all ain't lived life or y'all ain't been around people. I don't know a black woman who can leave shit, and all I've dealt with is black women, so that's all I can speak on. I don't know a black woman who just leaves shit in the past. I don't know one. They hold on to that shit forever. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, ever. Like a badge of God doggone honor. And it is what it is. I'm not attacking black women. I'm just telling you the truth in my observation. I'm just telling you the truth in my observation. Don't get mad at me, nigga.
Get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you.
Somebody else should have told you. Shout out to Mace. Don't get mad at me. Somebody else should have told you. I'm just telling the truth. It's the observation. So while y'all saying move on, move past it, you cannot, unless there's some sort of healing, some sort of acknowledgement, some sort of common ground that they could come to as a result of dealing with the issue, you can never move on. Hence, why you Negroes, all of us, why we are so messed up today. Because something has happened to us and nobody wants to acknowledge it or deal with it. You can't keep sweeping shit under the rug and think that it's not going to come out. The dirt, the stench, the smell, the freaking dust is going to be all over the place. Yeah, it's under the rug. And yeah, you don't have to deal with it right away. At the same time, as it piles, as time moves on, it's going to be a stench. And it's going to be funky. And that's what y'all failing to understand and realize. Y'all want to sweep shit under the rug. Y'all want to act like shit ain't happen. Y'all don't never want to address and deal with things. And this is why, too, because our women, get so defensive. A lot of our women get so defensive, get so combative, get so angry when you try to bring something to their attention, no matter how you try to bring it to their attention, to get them to change and to get them to realize what's happening so change can happen. Change never happens. And all that happens is, as time goes on, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And this is the reason why some of the brothers that love you, that really care, are going to continue to talk about it until or unless you change. Because in order for things to change, you must change. Shout out to my mama. And I know she didn't make it up. But in order for things to change, you must change. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Guess what? If there's a wound and you don't address the wound properly and you don't clean that mother out, it gets infected. And when it gets infected, eventually you're going to have to cut it off. We don't want to cut you off. We love you. We understand that in order for our so-called community to grow and to build and get better, we need you. We need each other. We need each other. I identify this. We need each other. I would never make it seem like we don't need you. That's one of the problems that me and my man Dirty Folks used to go back and forth on all the time. Pray he's doing well. Shout out to him. I haven't seen him in a while. But we used to go back and forth with that all the time. He's like, yo, it's just the men. It's just, I said, no, fam. We got to get the women right. And his thing was, well, if we just click up with the men, the women are automatically get. No. That's not true. It's been too much damage. It's been too much damage done. It's been too much hurt that has occurred. It's been too much encroaching upon us and encroaching upon them. We have encroached upon each other too much. We have got to find a way to deal with our issues, fix them, and then grow. We cannot build on top of things. And to all you people, why y'all talk about you have to. It's called communication. It's called, in therapy, guess what you do? I don't know where Dirty Folks at. I pray he's all right. I haven't seen him in a while, man. I need to try to check up on him. Anybody heard from Dirty Folks? Anybody heard from Dirty Folks lately? I haven't seen or heard from him lately. What's that, K.O. Black? I pray he's all right. But listen, we need 7 more people. Y'all want to get in on this because we're about to go to DJ Witch Doctor. But I want to say this: 7 more people, these $5 a piece. Help us reach our goal. Well, come on, fam. Help us reach our goal so we can open up the panel. We need 7 more people, at least $5 a piece. But if you don't deal with the issue, guess what? You might be able to get away with it for a week, or you might be able to get away with it for 2 weeks, or you might be able to get away with it for a month, but you're never going to, as soon as something rubs up against that sore, it's going to start to bleed and it's going to start to hurt. And then it's going to be a powder keg waiting to explode. This is why a lot of times when you have men and women on the panels, as soon as they disagree, it starts to be pandemonium. Shit, honestly, as soon as any of us disagree that look like each other, it gets pandemonium because we have unresolved issues. Shit we have never dealt with as a so-called community. We've never healed from. And if you never heal, as soon as that scab gets touched, as soon as that sore spot gets hit, all hell is going to break loose. You can't build on the sand on the shores of a tsunami. Let me say that again. You can't build on the sands on the shores of a tsunami. And I've been saying this. I've said this a long time ago. And to dumb people, that sounds dumb. But the smart people understand, the intelligent people, the initiated people understand what that means. In order to build a solid foundation, you have to have solid ground. And in order to have solid ground, guess what? You got to clear that motherfudger off. You got to clear it off. You got to clear the ground. You got to clear the ground. You got to pull up the weeds. You got to get rid of the rodents. You got to get rid of the harmful animals. And you got to level that thing out. And you got to clear the ground. Guess what? Even, you know, the most amazing thing, right? Around where I live, there was a pasture of cows. And I don't live in the country, but this is like the only place was like a pasture of cows. And these cows used to shit on the grass. And of course, the cows shitting on the grass made the grass extra green and fertile. The grass was beautiful green, like some of the most beautiful green grasses because of cow shit, right? Now, somewhere along the line, I guess the people who owned the cows and owned the land, they sold the land and they've developed a community on it. Guess what they did? On this beautiful, green, lush grass, guess what they did? They had to clear it all off to build. It was beautiful, green, lush grass, but they cleared it all off to build on it. And then they came back later and put grass on top of it. Yo, can't build on rocky ground. You can't build on the beach. You can't build like on the beach next to the water because everybody knows the tide comes in and it erodes from under the sand. You have to build on a solid foundation. And that young lady has a lot of questions of Umar. And I asked her, and she said that, look, yeah, she's going to immediately ask her mom what Umar said. Was what Umar said right? So her whole identity of her father shaped through the lens of her mother's pain. 7 more people. Y'all support the show. Let's get to DJ Witch Doctor. Y'all support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor, Not for Humans. This stream for last night, I think it was very, very dope. If you haven't seen it, here's a chance to catch a little bit of glimpse of it. I know a lot of people's been talking about it. Here we go. And I came up there because I thought it was dope. And I had some questions for the young lady. Y'all know that I've done a stream about her or two. I think I've done 2 streams talking about her and her attitude and what she was doing. And I never agreed with it from the beginning. But you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let's go. Fair use, fair mother fudging use. Support the show, support the stream. Now, I mean, so we can open up this panel. We just need 7 more people. Thank you.
They've been pushing for years.
No, because it's the truth. Well, it's my truth.
I appreciate her answering that honestly.
Yeah, that's does it affect you how you go into the world dating if you are even interested in dating?
So I actually just started dating last year. My first relationship was a long distance relationship. I'm from Philly. I'm from the East Coast. He was from Arizona. So we were long distance for a little over a year. The relationship didn't go as planned. I never met this man. I was supposed to meet him on 3 different occasions. I felt like he was just playing with my time. So I am currently dating right now. Does it change how I look at black men? Absolutely not. I think
now. So she says she's currently dating. She, unlike the rumors, she says she's dating men. This is Dr. Umar's daughter. She says she's dating men. And she said that it doesn't change her relationship with her father. She doesn't feel like it changes the way that she looks at black men. I would disagree with that, but I'm not going to tell her how she feels or what she thinks. Okay? But let's get to it.
think there's a lot of great, amazing Black men. I'm not going to allow what my dad did to me to change my projection or my opinion of Black men, because Black men are amazing. I think that we could do a lot as a community if we just come together and unite. A lot of Black people can't come together. That's the problem.
So one of the things Umar said is that a woman should sponsor her boyfriend or husband's career. Is that something that you'd be willing to do for your Black
Yeah, man? I think if you believe in someone, you should invest in them. Vice versa.
That's what's up. That's what I want to ask you something personal, and then you got it after this is right. I want to know, what does your boyfriend, your current boyfriend, and I'm putting you and him on blast, how does he feel about Umar?
So I actually don't have a boyfriend, but I do have, people that I talk to. I have someone that I'm talking to. He actually manages me. We come up with different skits and stuff like that. He hasn't really told me how he felt about Umar. A lot of the people that I date or come into contact with, I do let them know that that's my dad, but it's just because I think it would blow people away. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but
so you say he never. So the dude, because I thought that was your boyfriend, the dude that
the bald head one. Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about. He don't really have any opinions on Umar. I haven't really heard him talk about Umar at all.
I hear you. You got it. Is
yo. Now I just want to say, yo, you should always do your interviews and your stream like this, like. Yo, this gives like a whole different light. Like I was one of the people, I was critical of you at first. I'm gonna be 100, right? Because I saw you over there. Look at Iz. Look at Izzy Bands. Look at me. I keep it real to everybody to their face. I ain't gonna say some shit behind her back and don't say it to her face. I was critical of you and what I saw in your behavior. Straight lace. Y'all support the show. Straight lace. Let's get it. On Tommy's stream, and like, you know what I'm saying, the interaction was real crazy, right? Mm-hmm. And it seemed like a real crazy thing as it is, but when you are calm and you just speaking and you just, you know what I'm saying, you're a much more likable person, a much more, like, people can identify with you, people can say, okay, yo, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm nobody, right? At the same time, if you take anything, yo, take that. Always stay in this frame, and people will follow. People will. You're relatable. They can say, okay, this is a decent young lady. Because the other stuff was kind of crazy. I ain't. It was.
Now, why is Tommy so explicitly rude and ignorant? I really don't have a clue.
That's a long.
Because it's his brand. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, it's just these people's brand. He has to turn the hell up on a Black woman. He's not screwing.
Older, you're gonna realize that. I'm be real.
But it is. Before she answers, let me ask you this, because I was saying this on my show when I broke it down, and I
done it.
She was
because integrity is, it means more to me than $1.
You know what's interesting about it is that but those two was clout chasing her. But go ahead, Izzy.
No, but she was spewing delete. Now for there, y'all see Sharon cut me off. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Y'all see Sharon cut me off, right? Y'all see that he cut me off. I let him rock. So that's one time he cut me off. Let's go. Black male baby rhetoric for a long time. That's Cynthia G's rhetoric, just for the information. But like I said, I mean, shout out to DJ Wish Doctor for getting you up here. Shout out to you for being up here. This like shines a whole different light on you. Exactly. And this is a good look for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, sister. This is a good look for you. This shines a whole different light on you. And I have a little different opinion than I had before. You know what I'm saying? Before this.
What was your opinion of me when you saw me on?
Man, I thought that you was a disrespectful, entitled.
That's what everybody thinks.
I thought you was disrespectful. I thought you was entitled. I was
but did y'all see how he came at me first?
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? See, I have children, and in fairness, I have children your age. Right, I have, my daughter just graduated from college. I got a son your age and another daughter your age. So I got 3 children your age. So whenever it's a thing of you catching it and it's just like, yo, you didn't do nothing for me and you ain't this and you ain't that and and then with the vigor, and I could understand, I could have empathy for you and say, look, as a child, no matter what age you are, you're always going to be his child, right? And so the perspective that you're going to come from is being his child, right? And what happens between your mother and your father has nothing to do directly with you, but you face the consequences of whatever happened, right? So, but with all that said, I just thought that the attitude that I saw that you had came off really, really bad. I'm gonna be honest, to me, it came off really, really bad. And I was critical of it. I did a stream about it. I was critical of it. So I'm be real.
But it is.
Yo, so see, yeah, thank you, Robert W, man. Is you stood on business yesterday. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, but they telling me that I'm an idiot and I sound crazy and stuff. Nah, listen, I kept the same energy. I'm keeping the same energy. Do I have a little difference of opinions of the sister now? Yes, because she was able to articulate her point. She was able to articulate how she thought and what she saw it as. And listen, that was a little different. So I'm like, yo, cool. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, right? I respond based on what I see and what I'm exposed to. I'll give credit where credit is due. Now, does that mean that she has a right to disrespect her father? No, it doesn't. And if she disrespects her father, is it going to make him want to work with her? Hell no. Now, check this out, because you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it, Robert W. Hey, y'all support the show, support streaming. I mean, dope discussions deserve dope donations, compensation for the conversation. Let's do good business. I know that this is fair and balanced content, and I know that some of you prefer extremes, but yo, life is much more gray area and much more nuanced than we want to acknowledge. Y'all support the show, support the streaming. I mean, I appreciate y'all. We just need 7 more people, at least $5 a piece, if y'all want to open up the panel. 7 more people, at least $5 a piece, if y'all want to open up the panel. 22 people to reach our goal for today. Help us reach our goal. Let's get to it.
Before she answers, let me ask you this, because I was saying this on my show when I broke it down. And I can agree with him when it's like, okay, I don't agree with your online behavior, but don't you agree is that we get the children we raise? Ooh. So like we get the children we raise.
Right.
Yeah, but this
that's what I'm saying. When you like, come on, you kind of get this. So this is just an abandoned child speaking. Like, what do you expect?
Not, but the thing is, and I'm gonna be honest, and you may not agree with this, Anissa.
Anissa, yeah.
Anissa. I'm sorry, I apologize, Anissa. You might not agree with this, Anissa. I think that, and I've said this, and it's on record. I think that I believe a mother has a large thing to do with the expression of the children, especially in the absence of the father. Does that make sense? Would you agree
I
with
agree.
That? And so my thing is, I believe that as a mother, there should have been, to me, and I don't know your mother, so I'm not disparaging mother. I just think that there should have been a little bit more balance and a little bit more like, because you're gonna notice this when you get older, you're gonna realize that men and women relationships get messy, and it's a lot of nuances to it that's not as black and white as people might think, right? And the truth is, your father could love you with all his heart, but him and your mother probably got into some messy stuff, and then it turned him off to the situation, and he still could love you. As crazy as that sounds, and as wild as that may be, right? And so it's just like, at the end of the day, I think that if you would have presented yourself like this, everybody would have 9 times out of 10, 9 out of 10 people would have been on your side, cheering for you, rooting for you, like, yeah, Umar ain't shit and he ain't right. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but hold on.
I do want to add is, when you are in the.
What do y'all think about that? I think that she's 23 years old now. Andrew Teller. What do y'all think about that? Yeah, what do y'all think about that? Because I think that that's fair, right? And I kept it real. I said what I said, the sentiment that I've said before. I kept it real. This is the same energy. This is the same energy that I've had the whole time. So it's like later when they start acting up, it's like, why would they Like, yo, I keep it real the whole time. I ain't never switch up.
Spotlight, I was in defense mode. The way he came at me was completely just crazy. But I do want to kind of go back, peek back to what he said about how a mother has a lot of impact on a child's rhetoric. And I do agree with that. As you guys can see here, I'm very calm. I'm answering the questions. I'm very smart. I speak very, very well, which is why I feel like I would be great on radio or television and stuff like that. But when you are being attacked, that's just the way that you react.
So
but yeah, I do agree with what he said. Yeah.
How did he attack you?
He called me black B. I don't know why he was.
Hey, Lay, I'm gonna drop the link for Lay right now by herself. Lay, this link is only for Lay because Lay supported the show. This link is only for Lay or KO Black or this link is only for Lay or KO Black or Bucket 88 if they want to come up. All right, but Lay, this link is for you, sis. I want to hear what you guys say. I'm not gonna punish you if nobody else don't support the show because you did support the show. So this link is for Lay. So Lay and I can have a conversation one-on-one. So Lay, if you still listen, I hope you're still listening. If someone knows how to get in contact with Lay and she's not here, call her. I'm going to open up the panel just for Lay. Only Lay hit the link for right now, or Bucket 88 or KO Black for right now. All right. This is how we're gonna do it. This is how we do it. Na 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 na. Because I want to hear what Lay has to say. I want to give Lay the opportunity to speak her mind and to say what she has to say. All right. Yeah, that was a little while back, no doubt, Andrew Taylor. All right. Lay, the link is for you, for Lay and Lay only for right now, or KO Black or Bucket 88. They usually don't come up on the panel, but it is for them three. For right now, if y'all want me to open up the panel for everybody else, go ahead and support the show. We need 7 more people to open up the panel to everybody. But Lay, the link is up there for you, for Lay only for right now. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Tommy turns up, dog.
Because he had his cash app on the thing. So you're talking about my situation on Twitter with thousands of people watching, and I'm not even here to defend myself. I think that's completely wrong. And that was clout. That was a clout chasing. He was trying to clout chase. Just like everybody else.
What about you and Saint? What about you and Saint and the Sinner?
The interview with Cynthia G was amazing. It's on YouTube.
Not Cynthia G. Saint Marquise or some shit like the Saint Sinner. He said he taught you in high school or something like that. He was your teacher.
Are you talking about Nafis?
No, the bald dude. Saint Sinner.
Marquette.
Hold up, she did an interview with Marquette. She did an interview with Marquette.
Wait, I think I know who y'all talking about. So we were supposed to do an interview and I was late, and he went on there and exposed the DMs we had and was trying to completely switch the situation. I don't like him. He was a bald man, and I never did the interview, so he went on there and was just saying a bunch of stuff. Like that was completely ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you when I actually saw you, I'm glad you did this with us, because when I actually saw you, I was like, "Yo, shorty, wildin'." But I didn't hear. To be fair, I didn't know that your dad had responded first.
Yes.
But yeah, when I heard you, I was just like, "Wow, she wildin'." I was just like, "Okay, you know."
So what is it that he said that like what is it that he said that trigger you to?
Are you talking about Tommy or Marquette?
No, Umar, your dad.
He said that besides the struggles to me, he said notice a clout chaser when you see one. That's what he said. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, a clout chaser? How am I clout chasing when everything that I'm stating is facts? He's upset because he got outed. He probably thought it would never happen. And he's upset because his reputation is now on, it's just up for air. Like,
up in the air,
it's not my fault.
You got it, Sharon.
All right, so which doctor said you got it, Sharon? I just laughed. Which doctor said you got it, Sharon? I just laughed. I didn't, I'm not joining in. I want y'all to peep this. So you be lying, Sharon. You be lying. So he said you got it, Sharon. So, but this is the thing, like, and this is how things go. I won't say that she's lying, right? What happens is people very rarely see themselves or think that they are what they do is bad, right? So she didn't only out him, right? When he texts her to get with her, she outed him about the text and she went in. So then I could see, and this is what I'm saying, I don't understand why y'all don't get this. If you can see how someone could come to the conclusion that they come to, that doesn't mean that you agree with them, but you can see logically how and make a logical conclusion and a logical assessment. Like, yo, if I put myself in Umar's shoes, if I had a daughter, which I told y'all I could possibly have a daughter that I've never seen, and it's because her mother told me to never, ever, ever contact her. If I try to contact her, she's gonna cause more problems for me than my wife ever did, whatever the case may be, and stuff like that. Shit happened, and you know what I'm saying. I was supposed to go and go and check and get a paternity test, and I went to do it, and then my ex-wife got in the way of that. It called the police on me, and I had to spend, and she lied on me, and I had to spend a night in jail. And so I had some kind of way I had snuck my cell phone into the cell. I don't know how I did that. They let me keep my cell phone. I called Shorty, and Shorty was like, "Yo, nah, don't even worry about it." I was like, "Yo, man, I was on my way." She called, you know what I'm saying, said I stole the car, whatever, and I ain't have my license on me. And then it came into this, the whoop, 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 and they locked me up for this, that. And she was like, "Well, yo," she was like, "Look, son," she's like, "You married that dummy bee? Like, how could you marry that dummy bee?" Is what she said, literally. I said, "Yeah," but I said, "Yo, I was coming to check and make sure and see what's up. You know, I would take care of my child. If it's my child, I'm gonna take care of it." She said, "Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. If you try to contact me, if you try to be in the child's life, I'm going to cause more hell for you than that girl ever caused." So, yo, but what I'm saying is, if the girl come back later, if it finds out that whoever raised her is not her dad, she come back later, she looking for me, and I end up being her dad, then she could easily be like, "Oh, he abandoned me," woo, woo, woo. But I didn't. But I'm not gonna force myself or force my way on anybody, especially with the situation. And so, and after that, I tried to see the baby. She never let me see the baby. I've seen her once or twice after that. And I tried to come see the baby. I tried to come see what's up. She never let me see the baby. She never let me see the baby. So it's like, yo, shit happens. Shit happens. And we try to pretend and make it seem like, oh, nah, dudes just be leaving the dude. Nah, it ain't always the case. It ain't always the case. And these relationships be a lot more complicated than people want to admit or people want to acknowledge. Let's get to
it. The disrespect is wild.
We got company. My bad. I actually say, yo, we got company. Like, chill. And this is Witch Doctor show. This is not my show. So I'm like, yo, we got company. I didn't call Sharon out of his name this time.
That's Sharon. My bad.
So
did you said Sharon, by the way? Sharon.
So Chaz said it, and Witch Doctor said it by accident. I didn't say that. We got company, y'all. Come on, man.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm actually defending this nigga. We got company. Come on, y'all. Come on, we got company. And it's not even my show.
Sharon, you got it.
So did your mother ever talk down on him and made you transform your thoughts or opinions on your father?
So when I was younger and I used to ask about my dad.
Now check this out. These are her words. Tell a friend to come on in, because I doubt that anybody played this part. These are her words. I don't know. I haven't watched anybody's stream, so I don't know if they did or not. So just for the record. But these are her words. Watch what she says about how her mother talked about her father. These are her words. Shout out to KO Black. That's why I don't want to hear the deadbeat dad narrative. Exactly. Because some women say they don't need no man. They don't want no man. They don't want no man around. Some women say they go. It's all types of shit that happens. Listen, If y'all the link is pinned to the top. If you want to come up, Lay, if y'all want to open up for everybody, we just need 7 more people, at least $5 a piece. To reach our goal, we need 22 people, $5. Support the show, support the stream. Now, I mean, let's get to it. Listen to what she says. Tell a friend to come on in. This is the part where she says out of her own mouth about how her mother talked about her father. Check this out.
Because as a child, you just have speculations like, where's my dad? I had my mom, where's my dad? My mom didn't tell me about who he was or the situation that happened with him and her until I got older. So she waited till I was like 18 to tell me. And something she always said is, Elisa, I don't want to try to down talk your dad or make you feel some type of way about him. I'm just telling you the truth. And I agree with her.
Something she always said. So she said she didn't go into details about what her dad did allegedly until she was 18. But she said that she didn't want to talk about her dad, but she was just going to tell her the truth, what she's always said. So if you're able to infer and read between the lines, what that means is that she said her mother's been saying stuff about her dad all along, but she's been masking it as this is the truth. I'm not going to make you believe anything, but this is just what happened. And then she went into the extra details once she turned 18. It's absolutely what it is. Lay, waving them back so I know it's you, sis. I'll bring you up. All right, my sister. What's up, Lay? How you doing, sis? How you doing? You're muted if you're talking.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How's it going today?
Good, thank you. Not bad. I was just listening into the conversation, and okay. So my problem is with everything that you guys are saying. My thought is that it seems like men are expecting women and children to sort of like take their BS basically. So you can like piss on me and call it rain, and I'm supposed to accept it. Because if I don't accept it, then you don't have to talk to me as your daughter. You're not. You don't have to. You don't. If you piss on me and you call it rain, and I somehow call you out on it, then I'm the bad person, and I should have respected you as your daughter or your wife. I just find that to be diabolical, in my opinion. And that's what I thought that you were sort of telling her. Like you were saying, I know that he's done this and that, but really and truly, the way that you came at him was wrong. That's what you were telling the guy. The way that the negative opinions that you had about him was wrong because you said it publicly and he came to you behind the scenes, but he abandoned the lady, right? So she has the right to be upset. No, you don't think so?
So this is the thing. Does she have a right to be upset? Yes. At the same time, I'm not pissing on her head and telling her it's rain. I'm not peeing in her cornflakes and telling her it's milk. What I'm saying is that if you want a particular outcome, meaning you want a relationship with your father, the absolute worst thing that you could do is to go online and try to out him and try to curse him out and try to disrespect him and diminish his brand in front of everybody and think that he's going to turn around and have a relationship with you. So my thing is this. When she reached out initially online, his response was to text her behind the scenes and to reach out and say, hey, I look forward to us having a relationship. I look forward to us building a relationship. Let you, me, and your mom, let's sit down so you can have all your questions answered then. And then I look forward to building a relationship with you. That was his text. She saw that and she went off. Oh, now you want to reach out because I'm coming after your brand. Now you want to do this because all this time you ain't been there. La 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 la. That is not the way to get what you want. So it's not like I'm saying that she's the bad person for feeling the way she feels. She's not. She's entitled to feel the way she feels. I'm not saying that she's the bad person for expressing herself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a way to do something that gets you what you want. And there's a way to do something that absolutely doesn't get what you want.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Obviously, I agree with you, right? You catch more bees with honey. I get it.
Then
Fine.
with shit.
Yes, of course. I understand what you mean by that. But what I'm saying is that you guys cannot keep doing things wrong, and then when you get a reaction, suddenly the person who is admitting the reaction is the wrong one, is the one that should temper their emotions. No, you don't get to slap me and then tell me I'm not allowed to punch you, or how hard I should punch you, or how hard I should hit you. That is not how it goes. For many a times I've listened to this, this sort of sphere, and I've heard you guys, not necessarily you, because I don't, but I've heard a lot of people say, for example, when there was that brick lady thing, right? People were saying, oh, the lady with the son in the store, the one that unalived another man for, I don't know, coming at his mother. I heard you guys saying that if a woman slaps me or hits me or touches me, you don't get to tell me how to react. Suddenly, when the roles are reversed in the most mediocre way, you guys have an issue with the way that people admit their emotions. I don't think that's right. Personally,
Okay.
that's my only qualm with what you're saying.
Okay, so that's fair. So let's say this. So let me ask you a question. If you can be brief, because I'm trying to make a point. Okay. So
Yeah.
so if your child curses you out and they demand, let's say, for example, your husband gives you X amount of dollars, right? And in your wisdom and in your knowledge, or as a mother, you think that that money should be allocated towards whatever, towards the house, right? But your child wants the money. They know you got the money. The dad might have said, your husband might have said, you could give it to the kids or whatever. And but you know that you need the money for something else. And if that child curses you out and demands the money, are you going to give the child the money?
Absolutely not. But it's
Right.
not the same thing.
Wait, hold on. It is. Hold on real quick. But are you gonna what kind of react? Are you gonna have a visceral reaction? Or are you just gonna be calm and cool about it? Or what's gonna happen if your child that you made all the sacrifice for, that you take care of, that you spent money on, if your child curses you out, how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel about that? Or what would your reaction normally be?
There'll be consequences, obviously, to
Right.
that.
Right.
He's never getting anything ever again.
He's never getting anything ever again. Right. And see, thank you. So let me ask you a question. So this person, she's grown now. See, what we failing to realize is when everybody says she's grown and how long he hasn't been there, they're failing to realize on the flip side, this is a grown woman now. A grown woman that through his actions or through the actions of the mother, this is the part we don't know. We don't know if that mother said whatever threat to him or did whatever to him or told him that he ain't gonna see the girl or whatever. We don't know that. We really don't know that, right? And this is why he said he wanted to sit down with her and the mother so she can hear the real reason why he hasn't been there all the time. He's alluding to the fact he can't listen. If he tells the story about how the mother kept him away from her, it's going to be a lie regardless. He's automatically guilty. But if the mother tells the story about why she kept him away from her, then it's automatically going to be the truth. So while everybody is thinking that, oh, he's just looking for a got you moment, oh, he's just looking for a clout moment, whatever the case may be, maybe that's true or not true. But what I believe is that he wants the mother to say in front of him why she kept him away from her. And so the daughter could understand that, listen, it was some situation that happened, and your mother or grandmother or both, they made it very difficult for me to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay the child support. And when she gets of age and when she reaches out to me, we're going to establish a relationship then. However ill-informed that is, however immature that might have been, however, whatever the case may be, I believe that was his mindset. And I can tell because his initial response was to text her and to say, hey, let's sit down so you can get your questions answered and you can get to the bottom of why I wasn't there. And I look forward to building a relationship with you. That's exactly what he said. So this whole thing about he's peeing on her head, tell her milk, that's not what it is. And it's not a situation of, you acted this way and I'm telling you how to react. No, it's, listen, if he doesn't be in her life, it's going to affect her a lot worse than it's going to affect him. So if nothing else but for self-preservation's sake or for your own benefit's sake, wouldn't you do what's in your own best interest?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The thing is I've been in a situation like this, to be fair, with my father. And so maybe that's why I have a visceral reaction to it. So I mean, I'm not going to pretend that that can't be the case. But I feel as though, as a father, he should be the one that is trying to fight for her, regardless of what. I'm so sick of men continuously saying, "Oh well, there was nothing I could do because your mother, blah blah blah." You could take that person to court. Like, can we just stop pretending as if the courts is not there, ready and available to enact whatever it is that you need to enact? Do you know what I mean? Like, were you gonna say something?
No, I'm listening. Ignis in the back. Hey, listen, if y'all want to open up the panel to everybody right now, lay paid to come up here. So Ignis, if you want to come up here, if you bless the channel with $10, you could come up. But if not, we need 7 people, at least $5 a piece, to open up the panel to everybody. All right. So shout out to you, Ignis. Salute in the back. I see you. Salute. So this is the thing, right? And this is the problem. I understand as a child how you could feel. I empathize with you and I understand how you could feel. What the issue is why do men have to fight? Think about just that alone. You have to fight to be in the life of your own child. You gotta fight. Why do you have to fight to be in the life of your child? Why would you? Because listen, you can't, like, I'm gonna
what
tell
you're
you.
saying. The way you're saying it is like a woman saying, "Why do I have to push so hard? Why is it so painful for me to give birth to a child?"
That's not
No,
at all
because
the
it
same
is.
thing.
Because it is. Just
No, it's
because it
not.
is.
That's not the
Right?
same thing.
No,
No.
it is. It is. The way that you're complaining about it is you have to fight because you've decided to have a child with somebody that you didn't want to be with, that you didn't think as far as your nose. You did not think that, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have a child with this person because guess what? I'm not planning on being with this person forever. These are the consequences of your actions. And this is what I say when I say that men are absolutely unwilling to take accountability. Like, you're skirting accountability here by saying, why do I have to fight? Because you do, because you made a wrong choice. That's why.
Okay, so because the relationship didn't work out, you're saying that it's the wrong choice on the behalf of the man?
Yes, your question is why do you have to fight? And I'm telling you
No,
why.
So wait. No. Let's take it slow, right? We got a little bit of time. Shout out to you, Lay. It's just me and you. So you're not, I'm listening. You see you being able to talk, you're not interrupted. Isn't this beautiful? Let's converse. Let's talk about it. So the first question I have for you, and if you could be brief, because I'm trying to make a point, but if you what you're saying is that if a relationship doesn't work out, it's automatically on the man and the man's fault that the relationship didn't work out.
I'm saying that if you decide to have a child with somebody that you did not, that you that in which it didn't work out with that person for whatever reason, that yes, you may have to fight for your child.
No.
And if you
Wait,
did
wait,
not
wait, wait,
think,
wait.
okay,
Hold on, Lay. Can you answer my first question first? Are
I
you
just
saying,
said
because it sounds as if you're making it seem like if a relationship doesn't work out, the assumption is that the man did something, or it's because the man didn't want to be with the woman. You said literally that if
no.
you knew, if you had a baby with somebody that you knew you didn't want to be with, and then then it's on you. It's your fault. That's what you literally said. So the assumption is that men are just being with women and having babies with them without the intention of really being with them, and that's not necessarily the case. And this is part of the issue. See, what we're failing to understand and what we're failing to acknowledge is that there is very much nuance between men and women relationships. And sometimes when the woman gets upset, she's not mature and she doesn't understand that just because she's upset with the man doesn't mean that she should close off the relationship to the child. But we know, and I know definitely through experience and through living life, that absolutely some women, when they get mad at the man, they absolutely include the child in that and keep that child away from that father. And then you're saying, well, you're supposed to fight. Well, guess what? If you just show up, that's called stalking. If you go to court and you spend an exorbitant amount of resources, that's taking money away from the child that you could be giving to that child. See, when we're talking about fighting, we're talking about putting people in a position to give money to a system that doesn't care about the mother, that doesn't care about the father, and damn sure doesn't care about them children. And that system is benefiting from the dysfunction of people who can't work together to make it right. You work together to have that child, you should work together to make it right. You shouldn't have to fight in a system, to these nuts point, that didn't have nothing to do with the protection of the child. It was you and the man, and y'all produced the child. It wasn't you, the man, in the court, and y'all produced the child. So why should he have to go through the court in order to work it out with you to see his own child? That doesn't make sense.
Because children need, they don't only need attention, they don't only need a father and a mother, they also need to be paid for, right? Financially. They also need, because if two people cannot work things out on their own, then you have to take it to court, because you need mediation. You need somebody there in between that has no feelings, no emotions towards either party, and is able to make a concise, a logical decision, right? And
Is that what happens?
Yes, that is what happens if you
It's
decide to
not.
go and fight. If you decide to go and fight. But what actually happens though is, most of the time when it gets to court, right, the man usually just deviates to letting the woman take 90%, custody of the child. It happens all the time. You know why? Because the man knows that he cannot afford to sit at home and take care of the child half of the time. So he'd
Listen,
rather take weekends and holidays and what have you. That's a fact.
okay,
And
so
I don't have to be in America to know that, because there's data and statistics. Just
okay.
in case you try and pull that on me.
No, cool. But check this out. As a dude who's actually went through that, that's not how that works. And see, this is a thing that a lot of people are failing to realize. The reason why a lot of times it doesn't go to court is because the courts make a concerted effort to try to keep it from going to court. What they'll do, especially in the case when you're married, is they'll have an arbitrator. I was talking about this last night with Lauren. LA Project. They have an arbitrator, and the arbitrator will stand as an intermediary between the man and the woman in order to keep them from having to go to child custody court, right? And they'll come up with what's called a parenting plan if they can. Now, what happens is, if they can't work in arbitration, the next step is a mediator, whereas when it comes to children, the parent, the custodial parent, will drop the child off in one place, and the non-custodial parent will pick the child up from another door in the same place, so they don't have to interact with each other at all. and they'll try to work it like that until they could put a child plan in place where both of the parents, right? So what they try to avoid is that in North Carolina, at least, they try to avoid it going to court, because what they allegedly found is that when children have to choose between their parents, they go through a lot of depression, they go through a lot of anxiety, they go through a lot of mental and emotional health issues because of having to choose between their parents, right? And so they try to keep people, avoid families from going to court to fight for custody of the children. They try to get you guys to come up with something that you can agree on, that's amicable between both of you, that the children could benefit from. That's what they try to do, at least in North Carolina, because I've been through this, right? At the same time, so they use that stat to say, oh, men are not fighting for their children. That's not necessarily so. A lot of it doesn't go to the courts because they tried to detour it from going to the courts, because allegedly it's not in the best interest of the child, right? That's what they try to claim. They're for the best interest of the child, which I don't agree that they are, but that's the farce that they try to run, that the court system is for the best interest of the child, right? So you can't, it's crazy, because when you start fighting for your child, y'all don't understand what that means. You fight, who are you fighting? Well, you're fighting the mother. And who is the child connected to? Well, the child is connected to the mother and the father. The child sees himself reflected in the mother and sees himself reflected in the father. So the problem is that when you start fighting for that child, you start sending signals to that child that half of them, or even all of them, because y'all are going back and forth for the child, is not worthy. So listen, at the end of the day, this whole fighting for your child stuff is crazy. You shouldn't have to. If you was able to lay down with a person and create a child, you should be able to come to that person, and they should be able to come to you, and y'all should be able to make a plan for that child that's in the best interest of that child, and where that child could spend time with you and that child could spend time with them. And it should not be a fight. You should not have to fight for your child. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. That's like fighting. Oh, I gotta fight for your love. How you gonna fight somebody for their love? You can't. You can't do it. It destroys the child. It's not good for the child. So this
So
whole oxymoron. Yeah.
Is it better for the child then to go through abandonment issues? Like you're basically saying, first of all I'm saying is that you asked me why should they have to fight, and I explained to you why they should have to fight. Now all the court stuff and all the other stuff, that's a consequence of doing business. I'm afraid that's what it is.
What's the consequence of doing business?
You having to go to court or go to mediations or things of that nature because of the fact that you decided to lay down with somebody that you did not want children with, or maybe you did want children with, but it didn't work out. Those things happen. I'm afraid
so
now
if she
you have to
decides,
put your big boy pants on. You have to put your big boy pants on. Just like if you leave her on her own, she's gonna have to put her big drawers on and be a mother, right? You're gonna have to do the same. Women struggle all the time being alone and having to take care of children by themselves. You're telling me you can't do a little bit of fighting for your own seed, for what is your so-called seed?
you're making a lot.
Are you all right?
But this is the thing. I'm quite well, thank you. I appreciate you asking for my well-being. I'm quite well. So this is the thing, Lay. The crazy thing is this: you're making a lot of assumptions. First of all, you're starting out saying that if you didn't want to have a baby with this woman, so that's already an assumption. That's already based in bias, like you said, right? The second thing is you're saying that,
wait,
you have to hold on.
What's based in bias?
The base and bias is the assumption that the man didn't want to have the baby, and then you later tried to correct it later. Hold on, Uncle Jeff. Hey, I'm sorry, it's not a panel for everybody yet. We need 6 more people. We need 6 more people, at least $5 a piece to open up the panel to everybody. Or if you pay $10 to the Cash App or to the Super Chat, I'll let you up. All right. That's how we're doing it today. I got y'all because we got to get some support. I can't keep doing the show like this. So if you are saying, hey, a man is just solely responsible for the relationship staying together or the relationship breaking apart, that doesn't make any sense. It's 2 people that create a child. It's 2 people that's required to do the work to keep the relationship together. It's 2 people that have to work together in order to have a quality life. So for one person to be the main one that's the culprit and culpable for everything is absolutely insane. Because like Uncle Jeff will tell you, he's in the back. A lot of people. Hey, shout out to Uncle Jeff. Thank you for the $10, Uncle Jeff. Thank you for the $10, Uncle Jeff. Shout out to Uncle Jeff. Thank you for the $10. I got it. Yo, a lot of people, like Uncle Jeff would say, the man would say, hey, let me get the kids. And guess what? That woman will be like, no, you can't have my children. No, my children can't live with you. No.
That's not the majority of men. So
please. That's the majority of men that I know that was like, I'll take the kids. Because the majority of men, the majority of men, you think the majority of men can't get a babysitter the same way the woman does? You think the majority of men can't get their mama or their sister or their cousin to watch the baby the same way the woman does? You think the majority of men can't take care of their children? They can. And it's been proven, if you're talking statistically, it's been proven that men are better single parents, Jay Prince excluded, than most women.
That's the point. If they're not better men. Because guess what? They're not better. Because guess what? They take women. They prioritize having a partner, and that partner will take care of the kids. Please cut the crap. Like you are not gonna play me on this one. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You have no idea what you're saying. Most of the time, yeah, when people are like Jay Prince, when a man is on his own, then he's like Jay Prince.
No, he's not. That's crazy. He's not. Jay Prince is the anomaly. That's a lie from. Wait, hold on. Nobody's like Jay Prince. That's a lie for the pits of hell. Jay Prince is an anomaly. That's a lie for the pits of hell. Most men are very competent, especially after they have children. Most men, a lot of times, children grows up a man and gets them into their bag. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. I want you to be able to get in there. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff, real quick. Shout out to you,
man. You hear me good?
Thank you for the contribution. Appreciate you, bro. Yes.
I hate to say. I'm sorry. What's your name again, sister?
That's Lay. That's Lay.
Lay. Hey, Lay. Good to interact with you again.
I know you're about to cuss me out, so I'm just bracing myself.
No, he's not gonna cuss you out.
I'm not gonna cuss you out, but I'm definitely going to make a personal observation. If the bedrock of your argument is Jay Prince and most men being over there, and you're making this statement from across the pond, you are textbook explaining the bullshit that is the people who do Good Brothers Press. Jay Prince is doing the press for Israel Mills. Sure. I ain't never met Iz in person. I ain't never met Lil Iz in person. But I'll bet my pinky finger that Israel Mills is not the father Jay Prince is.
Bars.
He's convenient when women, and maybe it's not that way in your country. I'm going to need you to give us the benefit of the doubt. As active fathers, me, especially me, I done stood in courthouses crying over my kids. The good news I have for you is this, and you're going to see it big. I have started a company with my sons that is a gaming company. We are getting into the field of gaming, a field that black men get ridiculed for being in and white men get paid. We're going into this. I could not have gone into this business with my sons until they had run the course of living with their mothers and hearing the propaganda that their mothers and other mothers like them perpetuate about fathers. And it's this. There are studies that make you unfounded. There are rap songs that make you unfounded. In the words of Chuck D, they ask me where I get it from. I get it from my pops, because with a man in the house, all the bullshit stops. The women who take your position in this country raise the very men they complain about, because they become so angry with the father that it becomes a fight. Lay, I am telling you, as I stand here, I have spent most of my adult years, and I will be 60 in May, fighting to be in the lives of children that I had every intention of and always have been responsible for.
Let me ask you.
I'll say this, I'll land the plane. It is irresponsible to label me, Israel Mills, shout out to Evan Lionel, shout out to Mark Prince. I know too many good brothers personally that are good fathers that have been drugged through miles of broken glass and pimp piss on the propaganda you discussing today. And sister, you wrong.
Let me ask you a question, right? How much, if you had to estimate, how much money have you spent in court, and in how much time did that afford you to be able to spend with your children?
Okay. Three pieces of property, 6 cars, and $175,000 cash. I am light. Cash. Half of them cars was spent to come up with that cash. This is not I'm not counting school clothes, parent teacher conference meeting. Winner 2 years consecutively of most involved parent at my children's elementary school. I'm not counting all that time. I'm not counting. You can't count the tears. You can't count the missed moments.
Yeah, I'm talking about the money. I'm just talking about just the bread. How much money did you spend, and then how much?
200.
Okay, 200,000. How long did that 200,000 afford you to be able to spend with your children?
Oh my God! Don't make me cry. I don't even know if you can add those two together. Holy shit! I never thought about it that way. It didn't. It really, honestly, it bought me the first batch of kids with my first wife. Again, this is 5 kids by 2 black wives. Ain't no baby mamas here.
Gotcha.
The first one, I would say it cost me the most because I had to apologize. And I hope I'm answering your question. I had to apologize to my sons, my older sons, because I learned about the court system on their time. I had to learn how to fight.
But how much custody did they give you at the end of the fight?
Oh, the first time? The first time it was every other weekend and 2 weeks in the summer. And I didn't know I could fight. I didn't know I could fight for more than that.
Wait, okay, but but you were fighting. You did pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. You were in the fight to try to spend with your children, but you still got every other weekend and every other summer?
Every other weekend and 2 weeks in the summer.
Oh, 2 weeks in the summer. Oh Lord. But did you want you didn't want no more than that, Uncle Jeff. You went to court and you was fighting and spending your money and your time because you didn't want no more than that. That's all you wanted.
Come on.
That's all you wanted.
I'm gonna on the real on that. If you listen to a song by Sting, it's called Laughing Through My Tears. And the song is about a man who gets a divorce. And he talks about that very thing I said. Every other weekend, 2 weeks in the summer. What can a father do but babysit sometime? That is what was in my brain. I did not know until I had to gear up for the second fight, for the second batch, that you can go in and ask for 50% custody and get it. Do you know why most women fight you on that? Because it puts a fucking, oh, excuse me, I already found out. It puts a plucking hole in the child support. Because child support is based on the amount of time you have a child.
Exactly.
If I got the child 50% of the time, the child support plummets. I didn't know that. You know why? You know how I knew that? Because I had to drag 5 kids through pain to find that out. And that's not fair to them.
Right. So let me exactly. Hold on real quick. Let's get into that. That's a fair point. Hey, shout out to Ogun Network coming soon. $5. Fighting for your child is almost the same thing as fighting for the right to believe. Why should you have to fight for something equally a part of you? Bars, brother, bars.
I need you to answer that.
Hold on real quick. Church, amen, and bars. Thank you very much, brother.
Bars.
Because of Uncle Jeff and Ogun Network coming soon, we just need 20 more people, at least $5 a piece. So that means we just need 5 more people if y'all want to open up the panel.
Thanks, man.
It don't matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, shout out to Ember Coach at 3 and 3 the Great. He said, yep, I watched so many of my homeboys fight. Ain't shit biatches in court. Fight ain't shit biatches in court. It's a damn shame. Yo, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Yeah, but listen. Let me read these real quick. Shout out to these. Shouldn't be no courts involved from the beginning. That's a fact. Runway Lolita said, I believe what Anissa said. Okay, shout out to that. Ogun Network coming soon said, there are the consequences of your actions. Not only, Uncle Jeff said, are you fighting the mother, you are fighting a mother that is fortified by an evil system that means none of you any good. She don't care because her main goal is to hurt you. Damn the damage. Hence, programs and avatars. I believe that we're not actually fighting against people anymore. Not only does the Bible say we're not fighting against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, authorities, and rulers of wickedness in high places, I think that now it's even beyond that. I believe that we are fighting programs and avatars. People program, and so therefore they don't even. I think at this point, a lot of them don't even know what they're doing, or don't even know where they're at. It's kind of like rote memory and kind of like a knee-jerk reaction at this point, I believe.
Bruh.
And let me let Lay get in here real quick, and I got you, Uncle Jeff. Go ahead, Lay. What say you?
Just the last bit that Uncle Jeff said, which is that he did fight for his children, and when he did realize that he was supposed to, that he could get 50%, he did.
Wait, but why are you skipping? Wait, hold on, no, hell no. Why are you? Wait, that's diabolical. Why are you skipping past all the years and hurt and pain and money that he paid on the first one and got every other weekend and got doggone 2 weeks out the summer? Why are you totally skipping past that? Who raised you? What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, right?
Nah, that's that woman math shit. You gotta laugh. Because that's that woman math.
Okay,
we know you're just saying.
Listen.
We know you're just saying. We're trying to figure out why. We're trying to figure out how you can just dismiss the pain of my 3 sons. How can you deny me?
I'm not dismissing the pain of your 3
Okay,
sons.
I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it looked like.
Okay, so
when you pin roses on me for fighting to find out about the 50% custody
at the cost,
you're saying you're giving me a backhanded compliment that involves my sons through my ignorance not being around their father because their father didn't know he could ask for 50% custody. You are high hurdling the vulgarity of that.
Right, because the court, guess what? He paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and the court didn't let him know. They gave him the bare minimum, and then y'all telling people to fight. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's what he asked for. Okay, so hold on a second, right?
He didn't
The
ask for
courts are
shit.
not here.
Go ahead. Lay, go ahead.
That's rich, bro.
You break it up, Lay. Go ahead, Lay.
That's
You break it up. Hey, let me read this until Lay come back. Sorry. That's the women algebra, which is bullshit math. It is amazing to me. I ain't gonna lie, Lay. That's amazing. She heard 2% of what Unc said, shaking my head. 2% exactly.
From thousands of miles. This is the strength is. This is the same energy that makes single mothers give their sons advice better for the person they dating than for their sons. It's the same energy. She don't even know these horrible broads. She don't have to. They both have ovaries. So to hell with the fact that my sons cried because they miss me. To hell with the fact that she lied to my sons and had them waiting in the window for me when she knew I was in Japan.
Yo, Uncle Jeff, let's stop there. Let's talk about that for a second, if you can briefly, right? How sometimes, and you've been a victim of parental alienation, where someone knew that you was out the country serving your country and told your children who didn't know no better that you didn't want to be around them, that you didn't love them, that you wasn't thinking about them, whatever version of that shit, and how that shit be shaping the minds of children, and they're not to blame for it.
I'm going to tell you, brother, I'm going to tell you, this is why, this is the hope I have for you is, I'm trying not to cry. I got a company now with two of my sons. One of that they have come into the light. And this is a renaissance that's going on all over the place, brother. And I wish it for you, it is from the bottom of my heart. That what happens that women don't play the long game often. That's why it's so easy to sell them stupid shit. Because they don't play the long game. You don't understand that at some point, your child is going to grow up and judge your decisions adult to adult. And they're going to look back on what you did to them. And you're going to have to pay for that. They don't think about that. A woman will shoot a hole in your boat knowing she can't swim. Because they are so hell-bent on hurting you that they don't care about how they hurt these children. And to defend them, I don't care about me. I don't care about what Lay doesn't feel about my pain. But I find it vulgar. And they talk about men. You know the people who can easily ignore their children's pain? The women who put them through it.
Yep.
I'm not talking about horrible niggas like Jay Prince. I'm talking about Israel Mills. A man you know love his son. If you watching this, sister, if you watching this, if the man is the representation of God in a child's life, and you come against that man who may not be gay, maybe he ain't got no money, but he ain't violent, he ain't fit to put your baby in no danger, and you know he love your baby. If he's the representation of God, when you fight him, who do you represent?
Woo, church.
Who do you represent?
Bars. Hey, Big Buck 77 said, womanometry. Hey, y'all support the show, man. We need 20 more people to reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today. Shout out to Lay. Hopefully she can come back. Church vulgar as F. Yeah, but that was real. That was diabolical, Lay. That was diabolical. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
That was diabolical. You heard the man's story. You heard the man's story, and then you said, well, when he did find out, then he got to get 50%. He got like what?
He figured it out. Ain't that
Just give me all
bruh?
that. Shout out to
Bruh.
Lay. You back, sis? All right. Shout out to us, sister.
Bruh,
All right. What's
she
up,
is
Lay?
co-signing for women that she would. I believe Lay is a good person.
She's a good woman, I believe,
I
too.
really do. But
Yep.
here's the problem with good women: they co-sign women they wouldn't hang out with.
Yep. Lay is a good woman.
I don't co-sign no dudes I wouldn't hang out with. If you tell me a horrible story about something your man did to you, I ain't finna make it your fault. I ain't finna look for a loophole for him just because he got a dick and nuts. Women do that all the time, and they do it to their own detriment.
Hey, Lay. Let me let
This
her get.
vagina
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
Okay,
Uncle Jeff.
so I just wanted to speak to what Uncle Jeff was saying. So when he was talking about his sons, I know that you guys said that I diminished what he was saying about the pain and the hurt that he went through, trying to
Not
go
me.
through
Not me.
The sons, Lay. Not him.
Sorry,
His
the
son.
sons. I apologize.
His son.
And I just wanted to say, so with that, I think I just wanted to speak to the point. So maybe it seems like I did diminish what his sons went through, which I did not mean to do. That was not my intention. So I mean, the
But now
thing that
that
I
you
would say,
know,
the thing that I would say.
One
Are
second,
you gonna
Uncle
let me
Jeff.
finish? Or?
Yeah, let us say what you said, Uncle Jeff. And then,
The thing
go
that I
ahead.
would say is obviously for children, I can imagine, or I can't even imagine, sorry, the pain that they were going through watching, their parents fight. So I do apologize for that. However, the courts are not here to tell you what you need to do with your children. Okay. Now you paid for a lawyer who should have been able to tell you these things, which, whether they did or they didn't, I don't know. But that's what they're there for. That's what you pay lawyers for. The courts are not there to tell you those things. So, that's that on that. Okay. The second thing I would say is when you're talking about how fathers, the thing that I'm thinking is I'm still harping on why do they have to fight, right? Why do you have to fight? And for me, it remains the same, which is that if you make a decision with somebody, the same way that a mother will have to fight to survive, a single mother with her child, is the same way. I mean, women can ask this as well. Why do we have to fight? Why should
Y'all
we have to
go.
be the only ones? Why should we have to be the only ones left picking up the burden? Why?
could I
Hold on.
please?
Wait, I got
We
to.
shouldn't have to
Hold
do
on.
that. Hold on. We
You
shouldn't have
next,
to
Uncle
do
Jeff. I
that,
got you.
but we do. Okay, we shouldn't have to do that, but we do. And women, okay, so I don't, but women do every day. Okay, now all I'm saying is a little fight for your, a fight for your child is what you should do as a parent. As a parent, is what you should do. I understand when you're saying, "Why should I have to?" Okay, maybe you don't
I
feel
need
like
a
you should have
yeah.
to. That's fine, but you do.
Yeah.
But you do, like my father did for me.
Okay,
Do
so
you know
this.
what I mean? Even after I cussed him out, even after I cussed him out, and do you want to know why he did? He did because he understood that I was his daughter and I had nothing to do with whatever happened in the past. I
But look
didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask for any of it. Right?
Right. But look, and you even though you're a good woman, even though your husband take care of you, even though you're an active mother, even though you keep a wonderful home, whatever the case may be, you support your husband, y'all are good friends and all that, you still got the residue. And even though your father fought for you, you have the residue of the lingering pain because your father had to fight for you. Ain't that deep? Hey, well, no. Hold on, real quick. Ain't that deep? No, it's evident. It's evident in the things that you say and how you come across. Your father fought for you, and you still have residue behind that. The crazy thing is this, right? When you are put in a position
I'm
as
still here.
yeah, I got you, Uncle Jeff. When you put in a position where you have to fight for your children, something that you shouldn't have to do, and your children have to decide who's right, mommy or daddy or whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is they make a choice, right? And like you, and probably you could admit to this, you chose your mother pretty much. You chose your mother's side. You had a level of resentment for your father not being there, whatever time that he wasn't there, even though he fought for you. If you be honest, you know that you have a level of resentment for the time that he wasn't there. And you don't know why he wasn't there, because you don't know the real truth of the nature of the relationship between your mother and father. She might have did something, he might have did something. It's in the wind, right? But this is the case, right? You suffered, and the children always suffer. Even when the parents fight, even when the father comes and gets cussed, whatever the case may be, gets a relationship, the children suffer. When women don't want their children, they have baby deletions. When women don't want their children, they put them in the safety box in the fire department. When women when women don't want their children, they give them to the grandmama and to the auntie. When women don't want their children, they sometimes just leave, as we've seen in Detroit, and just leave the kids in a shit-infested house. So at the end of the day, there is no, women fight for their children. No, the hell they don't. If they fight, they're fighting against the father, not for the children. Because a lot of times in the cases where it is a good father, the father will say, like Jeff said, like I've said, like many people said, let the kids come stay with me. Let them come live with me. Give me my kids. No problem. But no, they don't want to do that. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
Well, I got to go back to a little bit of what she said about what the courts are here for. And Lay, this is why I keep trying to tell you, you're at an extreme disadvantage because you're not in this country. That's not what the courts are here for. The courts are not here to keep families together.
I didn't say they were.
The court, okay.
In fact, I said they weren't.
Wait, one second. Let him finish. Let him finish.
I'm going to try one more time, then I'll just do it on my own damn show, Lay.
No, go ahead. You got it, Uncle Jeff. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
The courts are not here for insert your word here. Let me tell you what the courts are here for. If this system was about the betterment of the children, do you know what would be on the wall? The shit I had to pay damn near $250,000 to learn. Because all that shit works against the child. The women have to fight? No, they don't. No, they don't. And I'll tell you why they don't. My Uncle Kevin, I bet you put some of his business out in the street. My Uncle Kevin. Hey, Uncle Kevin and Aunt Terry, I'm on the internet with your business again. My Uncle Kevin and my Aunt Terry divorced when their babies was little. The rest of us in the family cannot figure out why they got a divorce because of how well they raised them kids. He was never on child support. He was broke sometimes. Wasn't no such thing as custody. He had a house. They had a house. When she needed a break, Kevin, I need a break. You want to put them in the car? You want me to come get them? If they grounded in her house, they grounded in his house. They raised them kids to where his woman and him and her man, my Aunt Terry and her man, they were a 4-adult unit working in the interest of the children. But the problem is that either A, usually the dude is still dipping his pen in the mama's ink, playing with her mind, and or the mama can't stand to see him happy first. A lot of times women don't want you back. They just don't want you happy. These are things that Lay, you are willing to high hurdle for whatever point you need to make. But I am telling you, sister, that I could fill this chat with brothers who resemble me that flat refused. I refused. I took a bus and a train for hours with a broke leg to sit in front of a courtroom all night because that was the only time that the bus had a route for me to get to my children, and I didn't have a car. My story is not uncommon. It is unnecessary.
Mm.
It is unnecessary. If you really believe, because you believed it at one point, you opened your legs and gave the most precious gift on the earth to this dude that it now ain't shit.
Mm.
So if he ain't shit, that means your intuition ain't shit. Because I don't believe some 007 sneaky ass gotcha bitch dude even exists. I believe you ignore the red flags to get what you want. That's what I believe. And I believe that on both sides. I've learned my lesson from that. But the problem becomes when you talk to women, women unite around women they can't stand. Lay, I don't believe, Lay, would you hang out with a woman that you know she's so nasty that you wipe your feet on the way out of her house so you don't get the earth dirty? Would you hang out with a woman that sent her kids to school hungry? Would you hang out with a woman who, when they father come to school, the teachers say, I can tell when your kids is with you because their homework is done and they don't stink?
Damn.
You probably wouldn't hang out with her. But you defending two of them right now. And against my word, as if I would go on the internet and lie. That's who you're defending. And you know why you're defending him? Because you go to the same doctors and put your feet up in the stirrups. There's no other reason. There's no other reason.
All right, let me yo, shout out to I'm gonna let you get in there. Like, give me 1 second. Shout out to OG Sigma. I got a story for the ages. Shout out to you. There's one man right there. Shout out to Emperor Code 303 the Great. Said that's why I recommend the fellas to go to the local chapter of Adam and get a lawyer through them. That lawyer will fight for you. Okay, wow, I need to find that. Shout out to most these lawyers don't give a damn when you hire them, right? They want to get paid. They want to get paid. The system is for money, by the way. Shout out to Treese. What's up, Treese? A father shouldn't have to fight for something that is rightfully his, like his children. F out of here. Shout out to Vixen Forever. Said, preach, Izzy. Shit. LOL. Shout out to that. Shout out to Abi Wardy. Yeah, by choice. By choice. Women never has to fight. I've seen it in my family and my homeboys being right because it's automatically her child. So what she got to fight for? Hey, the court makes a profit off of you paying support to your kids. The court makes a profit off you getting the divorce. They damn sure do, and they make a profit off the kids that's gonna be going back to the system once they get locked up for all the trouble they get into. The court makes mad money off of keeping families separated and apart. The government makes mad money off of keeping families separated and apart. The financial system gets mad money off of keeping families separated apart. And that's what I was getting at, Lay. Those resources that you're spending on a lawyer, that you're spending on time off work, that you're spending on separate households, separate this, separate that, separate this, is taken away from resources that you could have given to your children. The court system gets that, not your children. If he ain't shit, you ain't shit, bitch, for effing him in the first place. Choose better. Y'all with this choose better shit. All of y'all need to stop with this choose better shit, even though we need to choose better. Hey, make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. Now, I mean, we help damn hit the like button and hit the damn Cash App, family. Support the show. Go ahead, Lay, you got it. Uncle Jeff, I need that file for the F-bomb. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Lay.
So I mean, I just think that the things that you guys are saying does not apply to the masses. These things are anecdotal, uh, like stories that you're giving, right? And I understand people in the chat saying, "Oh yeah, I've got stories for ages, and me, and I've got this, and I've got that." But the truth is more likely than not, you guys all have friends that probably have, abandoned, not maybe not abandoned, but are lackluster fathers. Okay, let's put it that way. Now, you're talking about how women want child support, and that's why blah blah blah. Well, black women don't ask for child support most of the time. Right? In America, please look it up. Okay, I'm not even gonna argue with you. Just look it up, please.
Woo!
I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you look it up, please.
Man,
Please do.
I don't believe. Okay,
Look
listen,
it
I know.
up.
Hold on real quick.
Look it up.
Hold on real quick.
And then
Hold on
can
real
you let me
quick.
finish my point, please? Look
Yeah,
it up.
yeah, please finish. Hold on. After she. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay, so and then the other thing that you guys are saying about how the men are asking for their children, give me my child, and then so I don't have to pay child support. Like, you want your child so you don't have to pay child support, or you want your child because you
We
want your
didn't
child because that
say
is your
that.
child. That is
Wait,
what,
time
yes,
out.
you have. You guys have
We
mentioned
didn't
that
say
several
that. Hold
times.
on.
In fact,
No.
Uncle Jeff said, "Well, if you get 50% of your child, that means that it takes a significant
Wait,
portion
hold
off
on.
of
You
the
hit. Wait.
child support."
Hold on. Stop. I can't let you. No. I can't let you. Yo, you butchered that. You're not hearing correctly. That's not what he was saying. He never said, and I damn sure never said, get your child so you don't have to pay child support.
No. I'm not saying that you said that.
No, but he didn't say that either. And you said that's not
I'm-
what we hold on real quick. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that a lot of men say that if a woman, they men are saying, hey, let me have my child. I'll take care of my child. And they won't even ask the woman for no child support. Let me take care of my child. It's cool. That's what we're saying. Not for no child support. We don't care. Not for no child support.
Okay, fine. So that's fine. So you don't care about. So would you accept having 50% of your child and also paying child support then?
I did. I had 100% of my child. I had my son, and I was still paying the same amount of child support when I didn't have my son. So yes.
Okay. So
my son was living with me, and I was paying the same amount of child support when he wasn't living with me. So yes.
Okay, well maybe you should have taken that to court, and then you would.
What? I didn't need to. I could provide for my son. I didn't need his mother's money. I didn't care about it. It was. It didn't matter to me.
Okay, that's fine. So, but again, as I'm saying, these things are anecdotal. If you look up the stats, right, you will see that men do not, for the most part, right, fight for their children. I'm so sorry to tell you. Even in England, I understand there was like a whole movement of men fighting for their children. So I know, I understand, like, and I understand, like, that there are a lot of men out there that really do want to fight for their children and really do want to have access to their children. I completely understand that. What I'm saying, though, that is not the majority of men. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Like, all of your stories happen. I'm not saying they don't. All I am saying is that is not the majority of men.
How do you know? How? Wait.
What
first
do you mean?
of all, hold on.
Time out.
Stop. First of all, do you understand that the reason why I don't use statistics? I'm not one of these statistics dudes, and the reason why is because I'm wise enough to understand that in statistics they take a small group of people and they do surveys based on a small group of people. There's no way possible that they could survey every person in America or even the majority of people in America. They take a sample size, maybe about 1,000 people, maybe sometimes. Hold on real quick. Maybe sometimes 10,000 people. So it's a small sample size and they go off of that. Now, if you're saying the court system, what I'm saying to you is this: they deter men and women from fighting for custody in the courtrooms because they have realized allegedly that's not in the best interest of the child. So what they do is they don't count mediation and they don't count arbitration, which is where most people go through mediation and arbitration. That's the deal. So it's not going to go to court, right? So it won't show up in the court docket, but it will show up. It's mediation and arbitration. And that's what most people go through. Because that's what you have to go through before you even go to court. I don't know if you know that. Do you know that? In America, hold on, in America, if you're married in order to get custody for your children, you have to go through mediation and arbitration first, and then if that doesn't work out, then you go to a child custody hearing. But they do everything in their power to keep you from going to court for custody. I don't know if it's because
in
black
America,
people.
like in
Say what?
England, that doesn't happen. I don't know why you keep saying in America, like in England, that doesn't happen. It's the
I don't
same
know what
goddamn
happens in
thing.
England.
The court is the court. Like, what the hell are you
No,
talking about?
okay,
Wait. Hold on. So hold on. So you telling me in 1776 England had a United States Constitution?
No,
you telling me that in 1865 that England established.
I'm talking about the court.
No. You tell me in 1865 England established the continual United States of America. Is that what you're telling me? You
No,
telling
but
me
you
got
get
the
your
United
laws
States?
from here.
You got
You've
the
adopted
United
our
States of
laws.
England, huh?
You've adopted our laws. What are you talking
Which
about?
ones?
You've adopted our laws.
No, they adopted the Egyptian. They
Which
adopted
ones?
Egyptian laws. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The parental ones.
Hermetic laws.
And the
I don't know what
marital
you're talking
ones.
about.
And the marital ones. The parental ones and the marital ones.
Okay.
Those are the ones. Yeah.
Let me know when it's my turn.
Okay, well, hold on.
You asked me which one, so I'm just asking.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, it's not. We know. Listen, now, y'all. Listen, y'all money is more valuable than our money now for the first time in a long time. So y'all money is a little bit more than ours. So we can't say that anymore. But we
Not
do
enough to
know.
It's always been more. It's always been more than you guys.
You're a liar. You're a liar. And you hate Jesus. No, it's not. Hold on. A pound has not always. Hold on.
been worth more.
A pound has not always been worth more than $1.
Oh
You're a
my
liar and you hate Jesus. No, it's not. Lay, you need to stop it. No, it's not. Either you a liar, you hate Jesus. You better stop playing. Hey, listen. A pound has not always been more than
That's not what we're
$1.
talking about anyway.
But but of late, y'all, your euro is more
It's
valuable.
not euro. It's a pound.
A pound, a euro, a pound, a pound, a
has
euro.
always been worth more.
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
It's worth more now. But anyway, it's worth a lot more now. It's worth a lot more now.
Lay, I'm going to apologize in advance for having a crystal ball and seeing this conversation and getting online and making up this lie that I'm about to tell you that I found on Google. When was the pound at its lowest against the dollar? I'll just tell you that that's a question. Go find the answer. It's right on Google. You're wrong. Number
I know
two.
she's wrong. I know
That's
she's wrong.
so she.
Tell her when she's wrong. Tell her when she's wrong. Tell her why she's wrong.
Here's what's disingenuous. She know it. And again, Lay, you didn't answer my question. I had a series of questions for you, I'll just take I'll take a yes or no, and I'll make these questions as clear as I can. You are a mother, yes?
Yes.
Would you spend your time with? Would you associate with? Hang out, have a spot of tea with a mother who would willfully lie to, on, and about her children to others? Yes or no?
No.
Would you hang out with a mother who, when she drops her children off at her father's house, the clothes that she brings with them are so raggedy and filthy and foul smelling that father wouldn't let them clothes in his house and told her to keep them clothes over here there? He'd buy clothes here. Would you hang out with that type of person?
No.
But yet, as I sit here, and I tell you about this person, I don't understand how you give that individual the benefit of the doubt as if me and Iz have nothing better to do with our time than lie on American women. That we don't get any credence. And when we do, like you said, and here's my last question. You said a lot. You didn't use a number. You said a lot of fathers are like me and Iz. I need to know, and you let me know when it is in your schedule, that you can make yourself available for 2 conversations. I'd like for us to have a conversation about the incredibly ain't shit, don't want nothing to do with their kids, horrible bastards that make these women fight for their kids. I would love to talk to you about them because I know them too, Lay. I'm asking you, when is it okay to have a conversation with you that excludes those men and only talks about the lot of fathers? Because out of using your words, you said there were a lot of us that think and move like us. Could you tell me when it's okay to separate them from the horrible men and just talk about us, and when you can make yourself available for that conversation and that conversation only?
Okay, so anytime you'd like, just let me know. But today's not that day because
Okay, today's not that day. It's up to you. You let me know.
Well, hold on, Uncle Jeff. Let her finish real quick. Go ahead, Lay.
And then also I'm looking at what you're showing me, and what it says in 2024 the dollar was sitting at 130 in 2024, which was last year.
Yeah, so the pound
That don't have nothing to do with what you said.
But
That
hold
don't have
on,
nothing to do with what you said.
Uncle Jeff. Hold on, Uncle Jeff. So this is what I'm saying. So again, it hasn't been forever. It's been in recent history. And again, for someone who's 49, 20 years, the past 20 years is going to be recent history for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been in recent history that the British pound has overtaken the dollar. It's more valuable than the dollar. It hasn't been forever.
In the last 20 years?
Yes, in the
Yo,
last
you
20
guys are
years.
crazy. Okay.
Wait,
All right, then.
hold on.
I'll let you have it. I'm not even
Hold on,
arguing.
time out.
I'm
So,
not-
hold
I'm
on,
not gonna
Lay.
argue.
So you telling me Google is crazy? I Googled it.
I'm
I didn't make this up. I Googled it.
All right.
I was thinking the last 10 years, but I Googled it and said last 20. What
She
you
not
talking
making
about?
you. She not trying to make you sound crazy. She just picked the goalpost up and moved it. She was the one that said never.
Okay.
You said never.
You did.
Yeah, no, I did say never. You're right. I did.
I know. We know. You
Oh,
said
own it.
never.
But he's saying it as though like I wouldn't admit it if I did say
No,
it. Like I have
because you
no
because you
problem
have that
admitting it.
energy. You have that. It's not your fault, Lay. It's a feminine
no problem
energy.
admitting
You have a problem. The two sexiest words in the English language for a man is "my bad," because they're hard to hear.
Hey, shout out to Ogun Network coming soon. The smartest thing you said was "I'll be quiet." Yeah, come on, man. Y'all be
Thank you for saying that, though. I appreciate it. At least you're paying.
Yeah. Y'all support the show, Sports Stream. Speaking of paying, thank you, Ogun Network coming soon. Boris the Beast says it's a trip how foreigners speak so matter of fact about American issues. I do find it amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it's cool, but I find it amazing. It's funny to me. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Hold on. Was I wait? No. Were we talking about American issues or were we talking about a father and a daughter? I didn't know that was an American issue. Father and daughters are American issues.
Hold on, real quick. I got you. From child support, when we talk about child support, and when we talk about hold on, time out. Let me tell you, when we're talking about child support and child custody, we're speaking that from an American perspective because I don't know anything about British law or laws in the UK or how they do things in the UK, nor would I presume to tell you anything about how they do things in the UK.
Okay, so hold on.
So we're speaking from an American perspective.
Hold on, 1 second, Ace, right? Because I don't want to disrespect anybody. Here is the problem that I'm having. When you first initially started speaking, you were not talking about the court system. You were talking about a father and a daughter relationship, and I told you, in order for me to talk, I would speak on stats. And the reason why I was speaking on data is because I'm not in America, and I made that very clear. Do not come here like for the person who's just mentioned this about how I'm speaking with my chest open. I most of the time do not come up there if I know I have nothing to say. If it's an American issue, I stay in the chat or I move along. Yes or no, is.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
exactly.
Don't get offended by that.
No, because I'm so sick of people always saying, I'm sick of people always saying, oh, well, people it's the internet. mate. It's the internet.
Yeah.
You get to
Don't get
travel other
offended.
countries. I get to hop on the internet and talk my shit. To
Right,
people
so
that I
don't get
like.
mad. So don't get
No,
mad
I'm
about
not
it.
getting mad, but I will correct it. I'm not
Nah,
getting
but
mad, but I will
don't
correct
you
it.
get you? Hey, you got a lot of bass in your voice. I'm gonna need you to
Don't
tone all
care.
that
I'm
bass.
pissed. I
It's
don't
little
care.
sister. I'm gonna need you to tone that bass down in your voice. You got a lot of bass. That tone that shit
I'm
down.
just
Bring
saying.
that shit
I'm
is up
just
here. Bring
saying.
that shit down here. Bring that
Okay.
shit
You
down
All
here.
right.
Please.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
and you still have not explained how it is that if you would not hang out with the woman I described,
Okay. So I wouldn't hang out with the women that you described because they're not my type of people. I don't hang around with people like that.
okay, absolutely. So you still have not explained how, when given this information, you can go anywhere towards the benefit of the doubt for an individual that you wouldn't hang out with unless you don't believe me.
But those aren't the no. This is not about believing. Obviously, I believe that those women exist. Like, don't get me wrong, Uncle Jeff. Right? Everything that you're saying, everything that all of both of you have said, I understand, and I'm saying that I believe what you're saying. My only qualm is that it is not the majority of women. That is all I'm saying. That is
I believe you.
it.
I believe you. And that's why I asked for your schedule. Could you tell me when? Could you tell me when? I have the same question. This is a generic question, Lay. I'm not custom making this for you. This is for any woman under the sound of my voice. When is it okay to talk about the men like me and is? And when is it okay to talk about the horrible scallywags you wouldn't hang out with specifically without anything else in it? And I know it's kind of hard to make because you already told me today's not that day, so I'm clear on that. I need you to tell me sometime between when and my death, is it okay for you to come up here and not mention horrible dudes? Because we're not horrible dudes.
I'm kind of.
When could you tell me
If
when
you
you
have
can
a
make time in
show,
your schedule for that?
if you have a show, I will come on it and you can cuss out all the women that you like.
Wait,
and
no,
I
why
will,
can't we talk about it? Wait, hold on.
well, if you do a show as well and you do that, then
Wait,
I will
today
do
is
the
the
same.
show.
This is the
No,
show
today
you
is not
should
that
be
show. That is not what you. Okay, so go on. What
Wait,
about
no,
it?
but listen, we're talking about. Hold on, real quick, because specifically we're talking about Dr. Umar Johnson and Anissa. Specifically, right? So it is not like yes, I would open it up for you to speak on what you want to speak from your perspective. Yes, Emperco, and it's cool. I don't have no problem with that. At the same time, it's like, yo, we're specifically speaking about Dr. Umar Johnson and Anissa. So
And I think Dr. Umar Johnson is a horrible father.
okay, and that's fair. That's fair, but what my thing is, and that's fair, and there's no problem with that, right? At the same time, my thing is, does he owe her to kiss her ass after she cursed him out and put him on blast? And my answer is no, unequivocally not. And it's not in her best interest.
He has to be a father.
No, she's a grown woman. He was a father.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Hold on.
No,
He
was
was.
not.
Hold on. Time out. Time out. That's where we disagree. He was the father. He took care of his financial obligation to his daughter her whole life. He was a father. Now, there's some men that are military men and never get to hardly see their children because they're deployed. There's some men that are businessmen and be traveling around the world. There are some men. So, hey, Cash Kid, it's not an open panel, brother. If y'all want to open up the panel, we need four more people, at least $5 a piece to open up the panel until it's not an open panel. But we need 19 people to reach our goal. All right. So it's not an open panel. Shout out to you, Cash Kid. Salute. So this is the thing. It's crazy that y'all are sitting there and y'all are making it seem like it's he has to do this and he has to do that. No, he doesn't. Do I think he should have when she was young? Yes. At the same time, now that she's older, that is going to be predicated upon how good she can talk to him, how good she can be respectful, how good she can be understanding and try to understand. Like y'all don't get it. He don't owe
And
her
that's why
at
I
this
don't
point
agree.
to have a relationship with her.
And
He
that's
don't.
why I don't agree, because he does owe her. He owes her his time because
Why?
he did not opt, because he didn't give her his time when she was younger. She
It's
blamed
too
his
late.
father. He said he's the one that said that one day my child may come up and say that blah 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 because he admitted that he neglected her. He admitted that he abandoned her. He said that, and he said
He
that she
did.
will have issues with men because of the lack of interest that he showed in his daughter. So now it is that what he's foretold has come to pass. He is not taking it as I thought he would be, given that he already had foresight that this would happen.
You miss
This
it,
would
but you
happen.
miss it. But this is the main thing that you're missing. Again, I'm not defending Dr. Umar. Y'all got it twisted, because again, my lifestyle contradicts how Dr. Umar has lived. I have given my everything to be a part of my children's lives, even to the detriment of myself in some manners, right? So I'm not justifying what he did. At the same time, two things can be true at the same time. Should Umar have been a part of Anissa's life when she was young? Yes. Do I know why he wasn't? No, I don't. And it could have a large degree, which he's implying, he's saying, to his mother, her mother, and her mother keeping him away. Now, with that being said, when she reached out on the internet, initially, he responded with a very pleasant text message to her and said, hey, look, let's sit down, me, your mother, and you, so you can have your questions answered and you can understand why I've been kept away from you all this time. I love you, and I look forward to building a relationship with you. She snapped out at that. She got enraged by that. She got infuriated by that and cursed him out because of it. Like now, at that point, is it on him to establish anything with her? No, she's probably the ops in his eyes. Just like Marquise Jackson, just like Romeo Miller was to a small degree at one point. Yo, you don't understand. A Gen X man is not about to play that shit with no child of theirs, and they trying to destroy them. Hell no. And y'all are crazy to think that they should.
Can I ask a question? So you
Sure.
know when Monique had her son that came out talking
Huh?
about how she was a horrible mother.
Okay.
Yeah, do you remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
Was the energy the same? Was it like, oh no, Monique doesn't have to, because Monique was
Yes.
there for the most part for her child. Was
Yes.
it the same as, oh, he came out, disrespected her, and
Yes.
like was
I
the
did a
energy
show.
the same?
Yes. I said Monique don't owe that nigga nothing. He's a grown ass man. We was like, yo,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? You're a grown ass man. That shit you is yes, they should have had counseling. Yes, they should have dealt with the issues. But now he's a grown ass man, and as a grown ass man, she don't owe him shit.
So for
I
me,
kept the same energy.
okay, look, I'm so glad to hear it because I wasn't loving that one. But so for me, if he had
Send her a
been there
clip.
for her, and then she
I
Go
gotta
the
find
clip,
it
I
along
believe
this.
you.
Go ahead.
But for me, if he had been there for for his child, for her basically, and she didn't like the amount of like attention that he gave her and blah blah blah, because he has other things and he's so woke and all of that stuff, then I would be like, okay, I understand you're a bit grown now, so you can, like manage it yourself and to seek counseling or whatever. But because he wasn't there, I do believe that she has a right to just to feel her feelings and to emote her feelings as she wants to.
She
Now,
does.
when you're telling me that she went about it the wrong way, I can completely understand that, because as I said before, you catch more bees with honey.
Right. And we
I
agree.
understand. And so I understand your point in that. But as a father, you're the grown up.
Lay, we agree.
I understand she's a grown up, but he is her father. So
Lay.
he needs to act like it.
Lay.
He's not acting like it.
Lay. She's a grown woman. Lay. This is where, okay, we agree to the point of, yo, she could feel how she want to feel. She could say what she want to say. We agree to that. But you said we also agree that once she says it, there's consequences to it. So listen.
No, there shouldn't be though. But
Oh,
why?
but that's
why? She's not
crazy.
allowed to be upset. Is she not allowed to be upset?
You missing the point. She can feel however she wants to feel. And she can say whatever she wants to say. She's entitled to that, right? This is America. No pun intended. She can do that, right? At the same time, to expect him to just eat that and just accept that is crazy as white bird shit.
Okay, so he expected her to eat the fact that he abandoned her.
You
He
missed it.
expected her to
He
eat
didn't
that.
abandon. That's what you're missing. That's what you're missing.
No, she's not.
Hold on, real quick, Uncle Jeff. He did not necessarily abandon her. This is the point that I'm making. We don't know the nature of the relationship between the mother and him that kept him away from her, which he keeps trying to say. So he didn't abandon her. She feels abandoned.
It's abandonment.
It's
abandonment.
Cool. Well, she feels abandoned, and she's entitled to feel that way. But that doesn't mean that that's what it is. And that doesn't mean that he abandoned her. So because of that, and because he knows something that we obviously don't know, and he went through something that we obviously don't know what he went through, he has a feeling about that. And I could tell by his sentiment, he'll be damned if he gonna pay the price he paid, whatever period of her time that he was in her life, and then pay a price from his daughter too. He'll be damned. And I don't blame him for that. That's what I'm saying. I don't blame him for that. I can't. Because I'll be hypocritical. Because listen, let me share something with y'all. I'm gonna share something with y'all. My son, who I raised, you know what I'm saying, who was living with me, he lived with his mother more times than he lived with me, but he lived with me, took care of him. This
is not Lil Iz.
This is not Lil Iz. My grown ass son.
Yeah.
Said some crazy shit to me. So at first, I hung up the phone on him. I said, yo, fam, I understand how you feel. You could feel how you want to feel. But one thing you won't do is disrespect me. You will never disrespect me. Because I don't deserve disrespect. I don't disrespect you. You ain't gonna disrespect me. For sure. So, cool. So he calls back. He calls back some respect. Cool. He wants me to admit to something that is his opinion and how he sees it. And listen, he's entitled to how he sees it, and he's entitled to feel how he wants to feel about it. But you ain't gonna make me feel the way you feel about it, and you ain't gonna make me see it the way you see it, because I don't. So he got in his pee-pee and tried to puff his nuts up, and I had to let him know that he got little baby nuts, and yo, he's stupid for trying to play with me like that, because he's tried to talk crazy. And he said, well, Dad, I ain't gonna talk to you. I said, nigga, so what? If you never talk to me again in your life, it's gonna be on you. I can care less. Yo, at the end of the day, would it be nice for you to talk to me? Sure. But is it gonna affect me one way or another? No, it's not, nigga. That's on you. You're the one that loses out of that. I don't lose. You lose. You lose, because you lose wisdom, you lose not having to go through the same pain, you lose love, you lose someone that really got your back. So if you want to be in your fifi and you want to act like that, that's on you. And you can say whatever the hell you want to say. You can feel however the F you want to feel. But yo, am I gonna pay the price because you feel a certain type of way? No, I've been through enough with your mama that I never threw in your face, that I never talked to you about, that I never tried to bring to you and put you in. I've been through enough with your mama. I ain't gonna go through the same shit with you too, because you talking and thinking just like her. You letting her influence you. I'm not going through that shit. So, nigga, if you gotta pay the price, oh well, so well, it is what it is. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. If you gotta pay the price because you want to act like your mama, think like your mama, and be your man mama, that's on you. Because guess what I didn't do? I didn't disparage his mama to her, even though she does some awful shit to me. I didn't burden him with the knowledge of all the shit his mama did to me. I didn't never put her in a negative light in front of him. I didn't. So if you talk crazy to me, you act crazy to me, the man that got your back the most, there's no other man, no other person on earth. Let's keep it real. There's no other person on earth that have your back like your daddy. People say about your mama, but your daddy as a man is the only man that's gonna love you because you flesh of his flesh, bone of his bone, and he got your back and he wants you to win. I'm invested in my son winning. I want my son to win. But if you too slow to see that, and if you let somebody outside influence mess up your mind or whatever the case may be, you want to be my enemy, nigga, so be it. It's on you. I ain't gonna lose a lick of sleep, and I'll pray for you every day.
Yeah, you can have a kidney, but we ain't
So
finna
you
do
love him
this.
so much that you're not gonna lose a lick of sleep. That's great.
Yeah.
An amazing kind of
Because
love.
guess what? Because I love me more.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not how it works, is it? Because when you have a
Is that
child,
how
you're
it
supposed to love
works?
your child more.
what?
You're
That's a
supposed to love
grown
your
lay.
For who?
What the hell
Hold
is
on.
wrong with you?
Are you crazy? That's a grown ass man. So listen,
I'm psycho.
I want
Clearly.
hold on, listen. That's a grown ass
Yeah.
man. I want him to take the mantle. I want him to be heir to my legacy. I want him to benefit from all my mistakes and be better than me. I want him to enjoy life and live life on the highest level. At the same time, if he don't want that for himself, and if he think that he got a better path and a better way, guess what? I love him enough to let him do his thing. But guess what? I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna have a heart attack or die of heartbreak because some nigga made up his mind to do what he want to do. It's your right to do that. Do what you want to do, young lady. Do what you want to do, young man. But guess what? You ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna be stressed about what the hell you decide to do with your life. It's your life. You grown
And you
now. It's your
grown.
life.
And you grown.
And you grown.
Lay, if I may say, you
That
did
rhyme.
admit to insanity, and I'm glad to see you do that because knowing it is half the battle. Number two,
Right. Yeah.
My experience with what is talking about is almost identical, and I tell you why. Because it is part and parcel of the effects of a particular judicial and social order that makes your child, after a while, it's almost in order. My oldest child does not feel this way. My second oldest child does not feel this way. The baby of that batch does, because he spent the least amount of time with me of all of that in his childhood. He takes on, as many do, the positions of their mothers. And what I say to him, I say to dear children who were raised without your father. I believe I speak for Brother Is and other brothers when I say this. You do not have to take your father's side, but you do have to go get it. You can take his side. He can be the same selfish, evil asshole that your mother described. But you need to get that for you. Now I want you to think about your mama, brothers. I want you to think about the shit you know your daddy don't know. Grade her on that. If you can grade your mama on just the shit you know she did that your daddy don't know, and you still don't want to see him, your case is hopeless, brother. Stay there.
But look at this.
If you're willing to take one side of any story just because it's bad about the nigga you mad at, that's more about you than it is your daddy.
But that's what I'm saying. And this is the problem with this, right? When you have a woman who has shaped your children's mind in a certain way or been speaking negatively about you, they look at you through that lens. So even if y'all cool for a long period of time, the moment that you do something that they don't like, then all that ain't shitness gets attributed to you that the mama done put on you, right? So it's like, yo, fam, when I tell you I have an impeccable record with my son as far as my word, as far as my consistency, as far as doing what I say, saying what I have an impeccable record with this nigga. Like I've done my best because I had an uncle, God rest his soul, that I love dearly, that used to tell me he was gonna come and get me, and he never came to get me. And so that had a profound effect on me. That's why I take my word so importantly. That's why I do my best to do what I say I'm gonna do. And if I can't, I let people know in advance. That's why I'm like that, because of the effect that my uncle used to tell me he's gonna come to get me and never came to get me. So for facts, I've been phenomenal with my word to my son. I've been phenomenal as far as doing what I said I was gonna do and say. And yo, for that to get twisted up, and for that to get somehow it was some sort of evil, nefarious intention and all this other shit that I know is a daggone plant from his mama, like, yo, I'm not gonna get twisted over that shit. I can't. Because it's like, yo, that ain't on me. That's on her. And I've been through enough with her that I'm not gonna go through the same shit with you. I love you, my child. Listen, we act like we ain't seen power in all these kids that done deleted their dad. We act like we don't know the Bible and what King David was going through with Absalom. We act like we don't understand that children could turn on their father. Men, children could turn on their father and be their father's worst enemy. We act like we don't know none of this. And yo, fam, yo, listen. Women, children, men, children, like, you let them children set your ass up if you want to. You be a damn fool if you want to. Not me. Not me. And apparently not Umar either.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, I understand what you guys are saying, but also you can't claim unconditional. You can't claim to love your son, like, or your child. Sorry, because I'm not going to put it on you. To love your child, like, to the moon and back and all of that stuff. But I love myself more.
Yes, you
Caveat.
can.
Like,
Yes, you
what?
can.
No.
Yes, you can. Two things can be true at the same time.
Do you know what you guys sound like? Cronus. That's who you sound like.
Who's Cronin? I'm confused.
Okay, so Cronus is it's a Greek mythology. It's basically how Zeus came to be. Um, so Cronus had children, and his so, some fates basically told him that his son is going to kill him. One of his children is going to kill him. So he ate all of his children basically because he didn't want the prophecy to fulfill itself. And in doing so, it did fulfill itself.
Wait, but how does this sound like this? How does this sound like?
Because you're saying you love yourself more than you love your child, and in the pursuit of you loving yourself, you are neglecting your children. Do you not understand that? Like,
wait, hold on. Time out. And it's amazing to me the level of lack of hearing that you have. And I got a tremendous amount of respect and love for you. You my people.
I love the way you
but hold on. You're like, because you
can't,
because you be high hurdling some very key details, and maybe it's intentional, but listen, you're missing the fact that I done took care of dude his whole life. Negro lived with me, that I done made all kinds of sacrifices for the nigga, that I done been around in the nigga.
You.
Hold on, no, you did, because I was the one that said it, and you repeated what I said almost mockingly. So listen, this is the crazy thing. You high hurdling the fact of I did not neglect him, and he's a grown ass man now that made his own decisions. So now, as a grown ass man, as Anissa is a grown ass woman, if she cursed him out, which my son tried to curse me out, and tried to get fly with me, and I told the nigga, listen, hey, it is what it is. You gonna feel it more than I do. Hey, and Omar basically flipped out. I wouldn't have flipped out on her, but Omar did because of what she said and what she did on the public sphere and tried to berate him. So what I'm saying is, at that point, if he don't never want to deal with her again, he's right for that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Did he know? Can I ask you a question? Did
What?
he know that she was going to do that? Did he foretell this situation?
I don't know. What are you talking about? No. Oh well, he did. Okay, yeah. He said he didn't know she was gonna do that, but he did say that his absence may cause issues for his own daughter. He did say that.
And he said that she may come on the internet. He literally foretold this and
Okay.
air me out.
Okay, and when she did,
Right.
he okay,
And she did. And so I'm saying that somebody
when
who
she
was
did,
prepared for
no,
that.
you missing it. No, when
Okay.
she did, he sent her a nice, loving text message to try to establish relationship with her. And then she seen that and got enraged and flipped out.
But why are you texting me? You haven't seen me in years. I come to the internet to talk to you, and then you're texting me. You're not picking up the phone to call me. Like, where is the respect? Like, what the hell are we doing? Am I your friend? Are we friends? Are we friends who haven't seen each other for a while and then
No,
we
I'm your
suddenly get in
daddy. I'm your
contact?
daddy. So I text
Exactly. So act like it and call me. What the
No,
Sorry,
but
I'm
no,
gonna
come
page you
on,
now.
no. You don't know if he tried to call her out. We can't say that. But he did send a text and he did
Neither do
say,
you, and
okay,
you're not
right.
the
But he
arbiter
said,
of the
but I
truth.
know that he sent the text and I know that text should have been sufficient. It shouldn't have got a response of getting cursed. I see Young Dip, it shouldn't have got a response of her cursing them out and being mad because this is the only time that he respond. Like, yo, it shouldn't be all that. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. What's that?
Okay. Is
I was just about to
Yes.
ask you that, Uncle Jeff, as well. Like,
Yes.
what your
okay.
opinion is.
I think I'm gonna answer your questions, and I got one for you. I'm gonna ask you this question at the beginning, and then you can think about it while I'm talking and maybe answer. I need you to know. I need you to answer me how it's possible to neglect an adult who has decided not to communicate with you or not to communicate with you respectfully. Cook on that. Just cook on that. I'm not answering for that question right now.
Wait, what's the question? I didn't
The question is, how is it possible to neglect your child who is now over the age of 21 that has decided to either not communicate with you or when they do, communicate with you disrespectfully? Please don't answer that right now. There are a few other things I'd like to say, and I'm giving you some time to cook on that. The text issue, and I'm only doing this because I usually don't follow women around these oval dirt tracks. When two men debate, they debate on a drag strip. The one at the end with the most facts wins. Women don't argue like that. Y'all argue on an oval dirt track. First one run out of gas loses. I'm not going to do that all day. It's real simple. Here's how I would take a text. This is an estranged father. I don't know if hearing my voice is what needs to happen here. Now, I'm going to handle this with kid gloves and send you a loving text. That's one way to look at it. But in order to look at it that way, you'd have to not be biased walking into it. What the hell? You're my father. This is the same father who abandoned you. This is the same father who neglected you. But yet you expect his olive branch to be perfect. It isn't. It came from the same flawed dude who did all that horrible shit that you mad about. Same dude. So one way to look at it is that it is this horrible, flawed, imperfect, broken dude extending an olive branch. You didn't look at it that way. You went with what the hell. You have to own those glasses. And most women don't. And I'm not asking you to. As a matter of fact, that was a commentary not even pointed at you, but using you as an example. Now I'll get back to it with the rest of the life minutes I wish to waste on this oval dirt track and ask you again, how is it that you neglect an adult child who chooses to communicate with you disrespectfully, if at all?
You don't speak to them for 13 years.
I
And
can't
then
hear
you
you.
send them a text.
I can't hear
You
you.
don't speak to them for 13 years and then you send them a text.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
Maybe you
Kim.
didn't understand my question. That's okay. I gave
Okay.
you this question off the rack. You want it custom made.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay.
How do you neglect the child who is now an adult, who you are now dealing in the now with? Not what you have done before, not what he has done before, not what his mother has done before. How is it possible to neglect an adult child who has made the conscious choice to either not communicate with you at all or communicate with you disrespectfully when he or she does go?
Okay, so as an adult, no, you've not neglected a child because it's no longer a child, right? But she's not talking about now. No, but no child, no adult, let's say, for example, is talking about, is just, okay, I'm just going to put it this way, is just said to you or to us that he had a trauma that happened to him with his uncle, right? That didn't come to get him when he should. Even though he was a child when that happened, and he should have really dealt with it as a child. Um, it's something that affects him to this day, which is why he's straight laced about being in places that he says he's going to be. He's now a man of his word because of the experience that he had as a child. These things happen, okay? As a child, I can be affected. Something can affect me to the point where, as an adult, I have now altered myself in order to either protect myself or hide or, whatever, myself from the trauma that happened in the past. This is the lens of which every heartbroken child views things. That's just it. That's the lens that they view things.
And I
And it's
agree
not.
with you.
Sorry.
I agree with you. And those are wonderful words that don't have a damn thing to do with what I asked. So I'll ask again. And I'll ask it this way. Let's use Iz as an example. Iz's uncle did him dirty. Let's pretend, because I don't like speaking on the dead like that. Let's pretend that Iz's uncle is still around. Could you please tell me how it is possible for Iz's uncle to neglect Iz when
Now.
Iz will not speak to him or speaks to him rudely when he does?
No, I've already said, as an adult, there is no such thing as neglect.
Exactly,
You
which
can't.
is what
I've already
exactly. And lay, exactly. You've already said. And after you said that, every word you said after that had not a goddamn thing to do with this.
No doubt.
Not one.
Let me read this. Hey, shout out to Ogle Network coming soon. Thank you for the $5. Your father is the only man that wants you to be better than him. That's why fathers are so crucial in both boys and girls' lives. That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to that. That is a fact. A bar with some cheese on it. Because of Ogle Network coming soon, we just need 18 more people, at least $5 a piece, to support the show, support the stream. Y'all make sure y'all support the show and help us reach our goal. Listen, if y'all want to keep the show going, we got about 8 minutes. If y'all want to keep the show going, while I go to pick up little Izzy, we in 8 minutes we need 18 people to hit the cash app at least $5 a piece. We keep the show going. If not, we'll probably do a part 2 probably tomorrow, because I probably won't do it today. But shout out to Emperor Kojak 3 the Great. I show calm boys. Jeff wins flawless victory. What's up, Narratives Dialogues? Hey, copping those glasses too. Shout out to that. It says fly. Facts. My pop still says that to me, and I'm damn near old as F. My pops says that that at least once a week, I got your back. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, like a father have your back, like nobody else, man. A prime example, the Menendez brothers. The Menendez brothers. Yep, the Menendez brothers is prime example. When she turned 18, she should have. Well, I ain't gonna do that one. We ain't gonna do that one, but I got you. We're gonna do that, Cole. But I feel what you're saying. Hey, Lay, you should understand. Anissa started this going to the internet to expose him was the wrong way. Then tried to say she wants nothing to do with him while still complaining. Right, and again, that's emotional responses. But yeah, it's not gonna get her the result that she want. Was the point I was trying to convey to her. She's a good girl. I could tell. Just that she did wrong, and I give her grace because it's both parents who has told her different things. As Israel stated, to have them both face each other, in front of her. Yeah, they should all have a conversation. I really believe that. But with the mediator, they need a mediator or a counselor or somebody in the middle. But yeah, definitely.
So can I just say thank you to you guys? I'm gonna go now anyways because I've gotta make a phone call. But thank you, Uncle Jeff. And no, he did not win. But thanks you guys and have a good day, okay?
All right, thank you. Like, appreciate you coming through. Shout out to you.
Did she say I didn't win?
She did say you didn't win. She said you are a loser, is what
You know
she
what's
said.
so funny?
What's
you know
that?
what's so funny? Is that somehow in her mind, this was a competition she was in. And there's nothing for me to win. Dear Lay, I hope you're still watching this. This stuff we doing ain't for us.
Right.
This is for other men, other young men and young women to watch. Primarily, this ain't even for women. Young men, I need you to think before you stick your thing in a woman that this is how they think. That you don't have the support. Here's your problem, young men. Your problem isn't bad women. Your problem is that you don't have the support of good women. A good woman was just here and fought to the death for the horrible scallywags that me and Iz got to deal with our children. They don't give a damn. In the interest of being right and in the interest of defending ovaries, Lay don't give a fiddler's finger about my sons and what they went through. She just showed you. She copped to it and apologized for it. So what's more important here than anybody winning or losing is that you're viewing and that you understand that if you smart and you listen to your Uncle Jeff and your Uncle Iz, you already know you don't get pussy. You give out dick. So you need to watch who you're giving it to. Because you're going to set yourself up for a lifetime of pain. I will be 60 on May 20th. You understand that I'm just reconciling with my sons? This is real. And it ain't just me. It's a lot of brothers. Because this is why your music has went to hell. I always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. That's a song written by dudes who love their mama. You stupid ass bitch, I don't F with you. You think that dude love his mama?
Damn.
No. Do you know why? And I'll say this, I'll get out the way, is. You know why? Because these new mothers is who these new songs is about. But good women don't want to step away from the bad ones. They don't. They would, it has somehow what's going on with Lil Iz and what's going on with your boy you shared the story about. Somehow, because you got a dick, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. And anything that we can find fault in the mothers, you might get a sentence and a half out of a woman and she gonna be right back on your ass. Why? Because they share ovaries. They don't share values. She just said they don't. They don't share conflict resolution. She said they don't, but it sounds like it. Still, all they share is for JJs, and that's enough. And that's the sadness. And that's what you got to watch for, brothers. Listen to these women. Well, you shouldn't have had sex with her. She's exactly right. Find you a hoe. That's who you're supposed to be having sex with. Not regular women. Hoes. Pay for it.
Shout out that. That's Uncle Jeff saying that part, but everything else up until the last part, I agree with. Don't pay no hoes. Don't be with no hoes. Anyway, shout out. Get you some Uncle Jeff good decision cream. Better decision making cream. Get you some of that. All right, man. Appreciate you, Uncle Jeff. I gotta go pick up little Izzy.
Go get little Izzy. Shout out. Love,
thank you
bro.
very much. Much love. Hey, shout out to Narratives Dialogues. He said, Israel, you were whopping and tapping on all their heads yesterday. A lot of people in the chat We're rooting for you because you and Witch Doctor were the only ones who made sense up there. Well, they was calling me idiot too. There's a lot of people calling me idiot and dumb too, though. But it is what it is. Hey, Epico said, this is for the youngest coming behind us, traveling the roads we've already been down, right? Been there, done that. Emperor Cole said, shout out to that. Yo, thank you to Bucket 88. Thank you to Kale Black. Thank you to Lay. Thank you to Ogun Network coming soon. Thank you to Uncle Jeff. Yo, I appreciate y'all very, very much. Thank y'all for supporting the show, supporting the stream. Listen, if y'all be so kind, y'all feel so inclined, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend about us. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App and support the show, even when we're not live. It's okay, man. If you enjoy the show, if you want us to keep going, just throw us a little $5 or something, you know what I'm saying? And help us keep our show alive, right? Because without you, there's no show. We came very short of our goal today, which is crazy, but we're gonna have an even better show for y'all tomorrow. And we're gonna actually get into, we didn't get as much into the avatar and into the programming as I like, and we didn't even really get into all the way into the video. So maybe we'll do a part 2 or a extended version of that, so we get more into the video and stuff like that. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate y'all. Much love. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.